Yes, CapCut.
Oh, that intro.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Love Gymnastics Podcast slash We Love Gymnastics Podcast. We're going to talk about that later on in the show because I feel like I got some explaining to do. But before we even get to that, we got to get into this apology letter that Simone has written to Riley Gaines. And yeah, I'm gonna say some shit y'all may not like, y'all may disagree with, but I don't. I don't like this. I don't like this. Um, Addis, if you could read the tweet for everybody.
Yeah.
Sure.
It says, I wanted to follow up from my last tweets. I've always believed. You good? Gorgeous. I always believed competitive equity. Are you good? Fantastic. I swear to God, if you, I wanted to follow up from my last tweets. I've always believed competitive equity and inclusivity are both essential in sport. The current system doesn't adequately balance these important principles, which often leads to frustration and heated exchanges. And it didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for. These are sensitive, complicated issues that I truly don't have the answers or solutions to, but I believe it starts with empathy and respect. I was not advocating for policies that compromise fairness in women's sports. My objection is to be singling out children for scrutiny and public scrutiny in ways that feel personal and harmful. Individual athletes, especially kids, should never be the focus of criticism of a flawed system they have no control over. I believe sports organizations have a responsibility to come up with rules and supporting inclusion while maintaining fair competition. We all want a future for sport that is fair, inclusive, and respectful. XOXO Simone Whiteheart. So.
Yeah, let me take this down so we can see each other. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
What, Nisha?
So, this is what we... Yes, that's Nisha, girl. Nisha's here.
Oh, my God. What a shock.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Why would Simone Rose say something like that?
Simone Rose. Her father would never let her.
I'll be in and out, you guys, because my child can get loud, so I'll be on mute for most of the time.
I'm just saying, I just feel like I'm not saying, okay, God damn it, I don't know how to say this without being, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not saying that Simone did anything wrong. I'm just saying, why is Simone the person apologizing in this situation? Why is Simone the person clearing up anything that she says? And this is just where I am as a Black trans person in America in 2025. Like, the lady literally took your picture up with Larry Nassar and was comparing trans women to Larry Nassar. Whatever body shaming you may have done, which was you called her tall and you told her that the only person that she could stand up to was a man. And if that's the thing that your management and your team and so on and so forth have you writing apology letters to Simone Biles, I tell you, you need to fire them people. They do not have your best interest at heart because you did nothing wrong. You literally was standing up for a group of people that was nameless, faceless, and defenseless. And if your team wasn't willing to allow you to stand 10 toes down on it, I'm so sorry, Simone. I really wish you would have said nothing in the first place. And I'm just saying this because you brought attention to this issue that there was no issue at all. You brought this into the sport of gymnastics when actually Roddy was talking about softball players. It had nothing to do with gymnastics. And now this, and it's not necessarily your fault, but I'm just saying I wish you would have said nothing at all if you're going to sit there and apologize to her, because now you got all this attention on all of these damn transphobes and homophobes in gymnastics and wanted to know what man is doing what events and what competition and this, that, and the third. And I know that was not your intent. But what happened, and if the people who are at the helm of what Simone Biles do think that you said anything wrong in that situation, and they think you were in any way the bully in that situation, you need to go ahead and fire them people because they clearly don't have your best interest at heart.
Yeah, because I mean, you just let the white woman become the victim like she wanted to be. Like, this is a grift. Like, make no mistake, this is a grift. This woman needs a green card for her husband. She's gonna grift her ass off until she can't grift no more. And let me tell you, you know who hasn't said anything about this? Taylor Ruck, the actual national champion in that fucking race. And it's just so, it really feels like she had to bend the knee to the Republican, the conservative fan base she has, just so they would stop. Like, she had to turn off her comments on her posts on Twitter, on TikTok as well. Like, I think, yeah, this came out of just trying to appease people, and it wasn't a good move.
And the shit that really just hurts, aggravates, is the fact that I know the reason she apologized is because her gymnastics friends was like, Simone, why are you advocating for men to be in gymnastics? And then she had to clear it up with them. And I know she got tired of clearing up with them to the point where she had to draft this statement. And it's just very sad that so many people that me as a Black trans woman love and support is really showing their asses. It's really like I don't think I could support the University of Oklahoma at all next season. At all. None of
those girls were like that post. All of them. With the exception of two of them, I will say.
It's just been so
But are you surprised?
I'm not gonna say I'm surprised. It's just like
disappointed.
I just can't believe trans women in gymnastics is the concern. We are the predators that y'all are afraid of, not the actual men and coaches and women and doctors that have for centuries terrorized y'all in gymnastics. They are not the enemy. They are not the victim. They are not the demons. They are not the predators. It's trans women who want to do adult gymnastics. That's the predators. And that's the shit that I am absolutely 1000% upset about.
Because, I mean, if I recall correctly, there's maybe 2 trans gymnasts in the entire sport currently, right?
And one of them is a trans male, so
I just don't, I can't comprehend bullying 0.6% of the population, and even because there's 500,000 NCAA athletes, of which less than 10 are trans. It just doesn't. I don't understand like why the. I mean, it's a distraction. Obviously, I know the answer to this. I'm just like asking in the broad sense. I just don't understand how like people can really make this an issue when this is not the issue. We should shift our focus, and we're not because now we have this.
People are making it their issue when it's not an issue because it's not an issue. They're just using this to masquerade their internalized bigotry for everybody. Yep. And right now, trans women is the easy target because everybody seems to have vilified trans women over the last few months.
And the irony is they're all attracted to trans women secretly. That's what it is. It's internalized homophobia. And it's so like, girl, just be yourself. Be yourself. And then you want to be such a like miserable cunt. Just be yourself. Like, fire flag, girl. Like, be a much better world. Much better world.
We'll be in a much better world. And this is just, I don't know how to put this without, but I'm going to just say it. This is why in gymnastics, a lot of the real predators are allowed to fester because the conservative nature of gymnastics have gotten a lot of y'all to believe a predator looks, and I guess in 2025 looks like a trans woman or look like a super feminine gay person. And those are the people that you need to protect your children from. And those are the people that you need to protect your coochie from. And I just am saying, that just makes no sense in the world. To me, it's just such an illogical thought process. I said it before and I will say it again to all of y'all turfs. Yes, it's a small percentage of trans women that are lesbians, but as a whole, trans women ain't coming for your pussy, bro. Trans women could care two shits about you and your vagina. Trans women is trying to. If you have a concern about a trans woman, be concerned about how your husband is going to treat the trans woman in these bathrooms. Be concerned why your husband is taking 30 minutes in the bathroom just to go urinate.
Period.
Shift your concern. If you want trans women in these male spaces so badly, prepare to get your feelings hurt on a day-to-day basis very publicly.
Because, I mean, no one's really talking about this football coach in Michigan who hacked into the servers and stole all these naked pictures of women off their phones. No one's talking about that. And that's the real issue. It's these white men in power. Because how did he exploit that? By using his coaching credentials to log into the system, then had more credentials, and he just kept on going. Like, I don't like shift the concern. Like Michaela said, like we're not vilifying this man, even though he should. He's undergoing trial right now, federal trial, and yet the focus is this bitch took off his place instead of the national champion Taylor Ruck, or the fact that there's a man who is going to federal prison for hacking onto all these female athletes' phones and iClouds and stealing their pictures.
Why aren't y'all talking about Ashton Locklear, coach, and what the fuck did he do to get banned from the sport for life? Because the damn Alphon and damn Maggie Haney is not banned from the sport for life. What the hell was his ass?
Sarah Jancy.
What the hell was his? If Valerie Liukin can still coach, what the hell was his ass really doing?
Jess Graba.
Why isn't that your concern?
Because it's easy to band together and hate on a population who is indefensible, and it's much harder to actually go up against what's actual wrong, because it takes an entire coalition of people to do that, and no one wants to do that. Mm-hmm. They want to go against people who can't defend themselves.
So true. And like you say, like they're probably using this guy as a scapegoat. Think of how few coaches you hear getting banned for life.
You haven't heard. That's the first one. For non-sexual like abuse offenses. That's the first one. Maggie was the longest one, but he's the first actual one to be banned for life.
Alex, do you know how long the trial lasted?
Since Safe Sport first got enacted, it's been going on for that long.
About 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that it took that long, considering it took a bunch of years for Maggie's investigation also.
Maggie's got like
or maybe
fast track though.
Annalise.
Pardon?
Maybe I'm talking about Annalise mom.
That one took forever as well. I don't know why Maggie Haney's got like fast tracked when they had never moved that fast on anything before. And I guess they did one to like scapegoat her, to like make her like the poster child, be like set an example like, oh, we're actually doing stuff about when they were underfunded the entire time. They still are underfunded. They're understaffed, and that's why it takes so long to get anything done. And the processes themselves are very murky, and just it's a whole bureaucratic system that is again a reflection of how USAG has not even changed. And now we're losing Li Leung, so here we go.
And now we're whating with Lily?
Losing Lily Young. She's resigning at the end of the year.
And at the end of 2025, right?
Yep. So, listen, maybe good for us, because then whoever comes in could be a fan of us, but that's not here nor there. The real concern is like who's going to be the one that is going to be able to lead this fucking organization and sport forward?
I just discovered a whole group of people on Twitter, some of whom I follow, who all have real criticisms of Dominique Moceanu, and they don't think she would be fit to work for USAG. But I was surprised because I thought everyone I had encountered before had thought she would be suitable for it.
Well, there's a lot of people who just hate on people to hate on them to continue this whole like agenda of bending the knee.
Definitely. But some of these people, I don't know. I think they're more logical than that. So I was surprised.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of judges that I would think are like actually like really like what is the word astute people, and they're very, very dumb.
I think with Dominique Luciano, a lot of people who feel like she has the look at me thing, like she always tries to make things revert back to her. But this is why one of the reasons why, as a fan, I trust Dominique Luciano, because she uses her own personal experiences and let her own personal experiences be her guide to things that she's going to do. Now, what she did that Pam Kachinko tried to call her out for, I agree that, you know, maybe Dominique didn't read the room in that tweet. Maybe she didn't realize that the person was actually trying to make a jab at Simone with that tweet.
Okay.
But I don't feel like the same people who criticize Dominique Luciano would cheer for Chelsea Memo being at her position. And I just feel like it should be reversed.
I mean, if we're being honest, Chelsea is abhorrent at her job. She will only work with you if you go up to her personally and like ask her. She doesn't like actually go out of her way to go contact any gymnast and try to like rework the routines. And her and Alicia are very adamant about like keeping the sort of Marta like mentality when going into competitions. Like they had an award ceremony that went past midnight, and then the next day they were supposed to wake up at 8 in the morning and warm up and you know do their podium training. And so the girls go, well, can we just like, walk around to do a warm up? Like, you know, we just need to like run around. It's like, no, full warm up, blah blah blah. Then when they had free time to go out and about in the city, they had 1 hour, and then they had to come back to their rooms and visualize. So,
what do you think was Alicia and Chelsea's worst decision they've made?
Oh, so far, not making the camps actually productive. Whereas it's just like for verification of skills, and it's not even the girls aren't getting anything out of them. And this comes like from a direct source. So, and I mean, if you look around, look at the landscape right now, gymnasts, like we are headed for a D-score implosion at Classics and the Nationals, and well, even the Pan Americans this coming week. Like hell, in 2 days.
I think, without being too shady, mind your words. I don't think the girls that they're sent to Pan American Games are the best gymnasts that USA Gymnastics has to offer right now.
Today, like June, whatever, 11th, 10th.
Correct. Because
I'm surprised that they were sending such a good team with Claire Keys. I just think that Ashley Sullivan should have been on that to make it the real A team.
That's not the A team.
I mean, yeah, like
who are they missing?
That's what I'm trying to say without being shady. Like, I just don't think none of the girls that we've seen so far compete this year for America is even in conversation for A team, not even Claire. I think Claire is the closest, but
what other prop we have now? Who is the A team?
No, but
we've seen compete this year. Who is the A team?
The best team that the US and today, I think it would be a lot.
I think right now, if they was to hold the World Championships, like trials or whatever they're going to do for the Worlds for girls that are sent into the individual World Championships this year, I think those names are going to be Charlize Jones, Jordan Child, Sky Blakely, and Jade Carey. I think those are the girls who's going to the Worlds.
I wish Kayla was competing because Kayla looks so good in her training videos.
And what if it was using gymnasts?
Well, using the prop like none of the Olympians.
Yeah, the ones we've seen now. Yeah, the ones we've seen
like
now.
The new seniors, the unproven people.
not October.
Because we really are in bad shape if we have to use people that are coming back from injuries or getting out of college and not the actual national team gymnasts.
Can you make a team with the gymnasts today?
It's really based off of what
On the
scores.
scores we compete so far,
Yeah.
it would be
it
Claire,
would be Claire, Jade, Ashley, and
That's
Simone
very much
Rowe.
what I said.
Huh?
Rowe's not going to Pan Am's. I very much said that the Pan Am's team seems like the A team plus Ashley Sullivan.
Shannon, who did you say?
I will add Ashley. From what we've seen, I can't put Tiana and Hesley on there because we haven't seen much from them.
They both competed at this.
I would put Simone, Claire, Sullivan, and what's the
Alessia
other
Rosa.
girl? The Hong girl.
Jayla, Hank,
Yeah.
and Alessia Rosa, I guess.
And Claire Pease.
Based off what we've seen, I wouldn't put Nola up there.
I mean, Nola did. She won two medal, right?
At a very weak field, but it's
At a World Challenge Cup and did not win shit. Like these girls that y'all are naming, no tea, no shade, would not win not a single medal at this World Championships at this individual world. No tea, no shade. Sorry, Claire. Sorry, Jayla.
Right, but what if none of these so-called the Shileys of the world aren't competing?
Also, it's
Charlize has to compete. They added her to classes, so I mean, Charlize is going to Worlds as the #1 all-around threat. Like
I wouldn't say that right
crazy.
now. No,
She's
I
not
would
doing
not
that
say
one.
that.
crazy.
No,
She's not doing the all around.
no.
She's doing
I think she's
just
gonna do
bars.
Just bars.
Just bars. That's what she's doing right now.
Maybe a beam if she have a dismount.
Yeah, they're not sending her from one event, though, Mac. I wouldn't send her just for bars. No.
Depends.
okay, well, if it's not Charlize
It's an
and Jordan
individual.
Charles,
It's
the
an
#1.
individual. It's an individual
Well,
world.
if it's not Charlize and Jordan Charles, it's the #1 all-around threat from America right now. Like,
No.
Sky isn't
yeah, you better watch them training videos that Jordan has all her skills back. Jordan is ready.
But those are training videos. We can't like
She
rely on
sent her
training
to
videos.
She has her
And let her
goatee
see
back.
fall on beam again. Yeah. No.
And I'm
Gina,
not
cut the
saying-
cameras. Gina, cut the cameras.
I mean, with the field that they have at Worlds, it's not like Jordan has to do very much more than what she's been doing.
I'm just not no big Jordan Childs elite fan. Jordan was
Gina,
on
the
team
cameras.
by she earned her first spot, and she earned the second spot based off of y'all default.
Astrid,
What's not to lie about Jordan?
There's nothing I necessarily don't like. I just feel like she has a chip on her shoulder. And it's Valeri shaped chip on her shoulder. Yeah.
She definitely called Valeria out directly in her
She
book.
did. She did. But it was Valerie. It was Valerie Lucan, she would say. I mean, she forgot who Grace McCallum was. Can't fault her for that. I forget about Grace McCallum all the time.
I don't. Yeah, we talked about that. That's not how I read it, but
How'd you read it? Thinking that Jade was supposed to be on the
they
team?
did miss the label. Well, she mentioned Grace afterwards in the writing. So
I mean, one would hope. One would hope. But
so
I mean,
it sounds like we all agree on the best American team right now, even though Michaela doesn't want to.
I mean, right now they backed themselves into a corner. Like she needs to. This is the team they could have chosen, because everybody else
I'm
is.
surprised.
She did,
that they
Coach
sent such a
John.
good
She
team.
did.
I'm
She did.
surprised that Chelsea would want to send such a good team to Pan Am's.
Good as
is that
relative.
the Coach Dunn? We love you, Coach Dunn. We loved your interview.
Look at all
Love
the
you.
comments.
Urza.
Should be
Hey.
Well, I mean, listen, World is still how many months away? It's in October in Jakarta.
Who do
So
we think is
I mean,
gonna
you got to
do
think
well
about it. I'm all with Addicts and Michaela about in a perfect world, this one would be this and that if everything, lines up. But I'm just basing it off, right
Scores.
now and scores and what we have seen, and not using, because you still got Joycelyn. She's training.
Joycelyn, oh my God.
She's getting her training skills back. Leanne, is a possibility as well. They don't have to go prove themselves. They don't have to go on these assignments.
Oh, that fried me, Joycelyn, please.
They can show up at classics and do 2 events and then go to nationals and then at a world trial and be on the team because of their track record. These young girls, I feel like Hesley, Tiana, they still have to prove themselves.
And Hesley's grown a lot. Hesley's like Kyla Ross height now.
She made that Olympic team by default, and that's not taken away from the talent that they do have. So
she was just next up in line.
But if we base it off of,
I'm scared for Hesley that without Claire, that all of Larry's attention is going to be on her, and
that's never good.
That's never good.
That's never good. And I mean,
but Larry needs to.
all of
see
his
why these
attention
girls
was
are
on
losing
her.
the damn. Why they always have these back injuries, and he need to try to change some shit up.
It's those ring leaps.
He had all his attention on her at the Olympics, right?
Well, I mean, no one did. I'm kidding.
I mean, he was.
I'm kidding.
Based off the team that we have for Pan Am's, who is the biggest challengers to the Americans? The Brazilians?
Yeah.
Which gymnasts are being sent for the other countries?
Oh gosh, I only have schedules in front of me.
Okay, but I'm just wondering. You mean as a team, Shayna?
Who's going for
Is
Brazil?
Ellie Black going to Pan Am's?
I don't know.
Let me see. Hold on.
Did you mean as a team or individual, Shayna?
Team.
Oh, probably Brazil and Canada and Mexico.
We don't have any live scoring yet for the Pan Am Championships. Of course, we don't, but we do have for Asians. But let me see.
Maybe Panama.
Hillary Heron.
Panama is one of those teams where they need, I don't know, funding basically, but they're real close to being a top team.
Well, they have really good high bar work.
Like a competitive team. They're real close.
And the men are really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Okay, so
because I think Canada is sending Ellie Black and Monica
Fontaine.
Ellie's not on the team. It's Leah Monica Fontaine. Oh yeah, Ellie is on it.
Gabrielle Black on the team?
Yeah, Gabrielle Black is, but not Ellie.
Is Shallon?
She's not. Shouldn't have been.
Jeez, no, thank you. Yeah, no, it's not.
It's
the racist sis can stay home.
Gabrielle Black, Leah Reddick, Alyssa Guerrero Calixe.
Oh, she's really good.
And Yvonne.
Yeah, Danielle Pedrick got hurt.
No Shalon. No. Ellie is coming back from injury. Just coming back, right?
No, she competed at their nationals and she did really well. But yeah, Danielle Pedrick tore her ACL.
I can't believe she's still competing. Hasn't she been around forever?
Who?
Danielle Pedrick?
Yeah. Yeah, Danielle Pedrick has announced that she had a full ACL tear.
Wasn't she in London 2012?
You're asking me questions that I do not know the answer to.
I just thought she had retired, honestly.
But Canada should be because Monica is, if she do all of her upgrades here, which I'm not sure that she is.
Oh, she could win the all-around title.
She could.
If she hits.
Monica should be one of the top players for the all-around vault and floor.
That vault's crazy. Isn't it delayed
Now, I
out?
don't
Laid out?
think-
Right?
Well, I just wouldn't expect her to choose Pan Am's to debut to upgrade.
No, I think she's gonna do a Lopez and a DTY, but other than Jayla, I don't think nobody else is close.
Carla Navas.
Carla Navas could make a splash. We love her.
So could Hillary if she brings back her Rudy.
You know who I really miss? Atiri Sandoval. She's recovering from a shoulder situation, so surgery.
Who do you think Mexico will send?
Oh, they released their list. Actually, I have it.
Everybody.
They are sending.
Paulina Campos.
Hold on, I have the list.
Alexa Moreno.
Michelle or Piera.
Give me a second. Did I retweet it? Maybe. Replies.
Natalia Escalera.
1 second. Oh, there it is. No, it's not it. I lied to you. Where did they post it? Who posted it? Oh, you guys are on pins and needles waiting for the announcement? Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah.
Hold on. God, we talk a lot in this group chat. My gosh. Well, let me just search for it. Mexico, pin.
We got a lot of gymnastics.
There you go.
I hope the Asian games.
I was about to ask
October, so
Oscar
the
why. I was
women
looking
are a
for
little bit
that.
better.
Can you look for the start list for the girls who's going to Asian games so we can kill two birds at one?
Okay.
Ooh, someone's charging their computer. Where is this? Why is this so difficult to find?
Was it Elsa Garcia?
No, not Elsa Garcia.
Who do we think is going to be the top American all-arounder?
Who's going to be the top challenger?
I think it should be Jayla and Esley.
But isn't it Gabrielle Hardy?
It should have been Claire Pease.
It should have been Jayla and Claire, but Valeri. So our Olympian gets to show her stuff finally internationally.
Where is this goddamn team list? Oh my gosh.
Is Claire injured? Am I missing
Yes.
something?
Oh, found it.
She has a
Found
little
it.
back issue that she.
I totally missed that too. Apparently, a week ago, she withdrew.
Coach Don want to know is Dulcie at Pan Am? I don't think so.
No, she is. She's in the photo I saw.
Yes, Dulcie's in there, the redhead. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Cynthia Ruiz, Valentina Melendez, Paulina Guerra, Julieta Bizarron, Maria Angela Flores, and Mariel Garcia.
I don't think I know any of them.
I don't know any of those either, so they must be competing their newer girls.
Yeah.
I can't.
All right, let's see what with Miss Landy, with Mr. Landy. I'm so sorry, LaRon. What LaRon got to offer to the Mexican team as their head coach.
Betty's not their head coach, Cecile said. Okay.
Who the hell is Alicia Rosa?
She had a really
Never
pretty
heard
floor.
of
She has
her.
really good artistry.
She was their alternate, and then when Claire got injured, they put her on the team.
Yeah. But Gabrielle Hardy's really good
Who is
too.
Gabrielle Hardy?
Gabrielle Hardy's really good too, but she's having upgraded in like years. So there's that.
She does look really good on floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why is Tiana doing it? Like, you, girl, go to UCLA and get your life.
I think Tiana is trying to prove y'all wrong. Like, Tiana is like, this is just the beginning of this season, y'all. Chill the fuck out. I'm going to come through. Give me time.
I'm really
Now,
scared.
I don't know if she don't have the time, but that's what she's saying.
I'm really scared that girl's gonna let a lot of people down, and she's gonna like it's going to be really bad for her mental health, and I hate that. I don't want that for her at all. Because people are going to rag on her.
Let her compete and be worn out by the time she gets to college. Better for LSU. Girl, don't compete all you can, all you want to.
Nisha's selfish ambitions. Nisha's selfish ambitions. Jay Clark, where are you?
Don't worry, Nisha and Shayna feelings gonna hurt when Connor be like, you know what? I do have a chance to make it to the Olympics. See you later, LSU. Bye.
Connor would never do that.
And I was gonna still support my girl. I love her.
Connor's my boo, so we're gonna support
Connor would never do that.
She's family forever. We don't throw away our people like you did, Leanne. Anyways, next.
Okay. See, we giving Leanne too much. If we're gonna be very honest, if we're gonna be very honest, very honest, out of the people, even more than Jocelyn, I think Leanne is the closest college level to elite level gymnast that right now I think she would make the world team.
Who?
Leanne.
I'd say
Jocelyn. I know Leanne has the skill set. I know Leanne can do all those routines. Like,
well, she can't do a chung.
They lucky Jade is not.
Well, I think Jade is trying to change her mind because I was watching Jim Castis last night, and now they're including Jade into the maybe going to world thing. So maybe
she's still in the testing pool. She's still in the testing pool for USADA. So usually, once you take a year off, you stop being tested, but she's still in the testing pool. So maybe.
Well, that's to make sure they're not doping.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Gabby still in it too? So that doesn't tell me anything.
Wait, here's a question. Who do you think the beginning?
Wait. Before you ask your question, Oscar, I gotta acknowledge we've only been on this thing for 40 minutes, and we're already almost at 100 people watching. So.
Right, Johnny. If she's in a Alta, she's going to be the token.
She would be so pissed. She would rip her bow off and stomp it at trials. Fuck this fucking bow.
If you turn this argument down, I would not blame you.
And she's a sweet lady. I know. I keep saying girl, but Leanne is a grown ass woman. But she should have took the damn bow out of damn hair and get a new hairstyle.
Hey, got her 2 houses, 2 homes, many mansions. So listen, let that girl have her bows and boutique. Yes, Leanne Boutique. You need a bow, call Leanne up. Why? Because boutique. Like, come on now. She is very coin. Many mansions. Many mansions. My Leanne has many mansions.
Money doesn't buy Olympic spots.
It surely does not, but it buys you both. Surely did not.
Go ahead and ask her a question, baby. I'm so sorry.
Which American gymnast does the next competition, domestic ones? Who do they matter the most to? Versus
girls who haven't qualified.
Like, which girls do we pay attention to who aren't qualified though?
Stassi. Who else isn't qualified? It's in the tracker. Hold on.
Where's my baby Molly Lou? I had so much hope for her.
I know, me and Oscar both.
Still seems like she's been hurt forever.
You gotta get to enjoy her a lot when she goes to the NCAA.
She just competed and she scored a 54.1. She scored a 14.15 on beam.
Well, maybe she's gonna switch commitment since Ashley did it to Michigan, so.
Molly Lou to LSU challenge.
Oh my gosh, she would love that.
Molly Lou to Florida challenge. Fuck y'all at LSU.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she would be such wasted talent at Florida.
Let me see.
My God, that's so horrible, Oscar.
What'd you say, Oscar?
I said she was wasted talent at Florida.
Well. I mean,
Michaela, who do you think is going to gain the most confidence if they do well at Pan Ams?
Dulcie, I think Dulcie.
I think it can only help them all to be honest.
Okay, let's do American lineup predictions, right? Because it's a team competition, right? So is it like we just saw at Euros where it's going to be, qualifications is team finals too?
What do you mean?
Like at Euros, it was qualification was also team finals.
Oh, okay.
And then, is it going to be like that?
This World's?
Pan American.
Oh, Pan Americans?
No,
let me check that actually. Because I have the schedule pulled up. Sorry, I was
'Cause
looking at the
that's
qualifiers.
Asian games, so I'm assuming that's how it's going to be at Pan Americans.
I actually have the Pan American stream pulled up here.
The first day should be qualification and team finals.
It doesn't say. It just gives me like the thing, and there's no like start list. But I imagine that's the format. It's at 9 a.m. Central.
What's the schedule? I can tell you just by the schedule.
So 9 a.m. Central on the 12th, and then 13th 9:30, and then the 14th 9:30 again, and then we switch to what is that? That's 2 in the afternoon, and then that's it.
So it's only 4 days?
Yes.
So yes, the first day is going to be qualifications and team finals. Day 2 is all around finals. Day 3 and 4 is
event finals. Yeah.
And at the Asian Championships, the all around team is the same. They find the winner in the.
Well, the way they did it for the men was day 1 was qualifications and team finals. Day 2
and
all around in the event finals. So yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
One day of qualifications and team finals, another day of all around.
No, the all around was included.
All 3 in 1.
In it.
So
Yeah.
Oscar, did you find Asian games?
Asian Championships, the start list.
There
No,
we go.
We'll get there, Michaela. We'll get there.
I'm excited. Japan versus China.
Japan versus China versus South Korea, because we're not gonna sleep on them South Korean girls. They got something to prove this year.
They ain't proving shit.
Wow.
It's over with for them.
China.
I want to see if Michaela's Japanese girls are gonna win. I think this is one of their best shots.
I think they really do have a shot of beating China up. It's just China. It's so good on bars and being this good. This first year, this squad, like my gosh, like they put up some bars and beam.
Yeah.
But I mean, Japan can fight a little bit on beam. It's just bars that they're not.
And they're better on vault and floor. But I think on paper, if they all hit, China should win. Japan's definitely going to send a stronger vaulting team. And I expect strong floor.
And I think Japan's top 2 all-arounders are a little stronger than China's all-arounders.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? The Japanese Rishi?
Kisharina.
And
her, and then the one that just won who retired and came back. They are really strong.
Aiko Sugihara.
What did you get hurt?
Please don't say that.
I think she did.
I don't think they're sending Sugihara to.
No, I saw videos of her doing her double layout into stag jump at Asian.
Yeah, she won the NHK. She's not.
No, did she use Chinese? Isn't she?
Addicts, you're streaming them. What are you streaming? What are the times? That's 2 different
so
meets.
we're streaming Pan Americans at 9 a.m. and then that evening.
Tomorrow?
No, the 12th. So tomorrow we're going to start with Asian Championships, and that is, I have it pulled up right here. The stream's open.
I'm not going to get no work done because
it'll be at 8 p.m. on tomorrow. 8 p.m. So that's 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. Pacific. No, I did it wrong. No, I did it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So 6, 8, 9.
So tomorrow on the 11th, it's going to be the 12th for them. And for who? Pan
That's
or
Asian Championships. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Yeah.
That's what
so 9 your time, I'll be live. And then that, not that. Well, maybe no.
Morning? Tomorrow
8
morning?
p.m. But
Okay,
then the
good.
following
Good.
morning,
Perfect.
so on Thursday, I will be
Mhm.
live at 9 a.m. for Pan Americans. And then
Okay.
that evening, I'll
at
be
work.
live at like 8, whatever it is.
Addis and
Okay.
Oscar, while Addis is focused. Okay, so for people who don't, it's confused. Right now, I have Addis looking up information at Pan Americans. I have Oscar looking up information for Asian Championships. So if you have questions for Asian Championships, direct those questions to Oscar. If you have questions for Pan Americans, direct those questions towards Addis.
Actually,
And
just
my
leave them in a suggestion box and leave them there. I'm not going to read them. I'm kidding.
period. And my question is, what are going to be the best sessions for each one? Because normally they do like one sessions with all the best teams. So which session should everybody be paying attention to each one?
So, am I giving Asian Championships or am I giving Pan Americans?
Pan Americans.
Pan Americans, I don't have a start list. They're not out yet.
Well, do you have an answer for Asians?
Yes, I believe you're gonna want to watch. What did I have? I retweeted something. You're gonna want to watch. What was this link that I saw? I believe.
Coach Don. Everybody say hi to Coach Don. Hey, Coach Don, we love you over here, friend.
I believe.
We love you and happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Good luck at Nationals.
And tell your girls, hey.
Tell your girls, hey.
This is for 18,
and if they're
18 and older.
And if they want to have a small platform, I will play any videos that you record, and then we could play them.
Get some websites or something so we can support those ladies.
I'll make them. Okay, yeah, I cannot find this, but I believe it's there's 4 subdivisions, I believe, and you should watch the
China and South Korea and Japan.
Japan is in the 1st subdivision, I believe, and China is in the 3rd.
Oh, so they're not competing against each other directly?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that sucks.
Not.
Oh, here it is. Subdivision 1. Oh, I just found it. It was in the same document.
But shouldn't there be a team final though? When they will?
I think
qualifications.
After all the subdivisions, they're going to announce the team championship.
Your first subdivision is Kazakhstan, India, Japan, Singapore, and I believe that's Malaysia. Maybe no. Then it's
what's the abbreviation?
MGL.
Mongolia.
My apologies. And then BAN. Bangkok. Right? No, it's not
Bangladesh.
Oh, wait, Coach Don said his team finished 8th at Nationals out of 41 teams. Congratulations to the girls.
That is so good. Congratulations.
And then subdivision 2 is Bangladesh, Korea, Vietnam, and Indonesia. The subdivision 3 is China, Philippines, MAS.
That could be Malaysia.
And then Hong Kong. And then 4th subdivision is Kyrgyzstan, Thailand, Qatar, Sri Lanka, Taipei, and Uzbekistan.
Okay, so they really stacked the first 3 subdivisions up, and that 4th one is going to be
Chusa and the girls.
Basically.
Chusa and the girls, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Subdivision 1, for Vault for Subdivision 2. Vault will be the last event we get to see from the Koreans. And then China starts on Vault in the 3rd subdivision.
Are the North Koreans and the South Koreans
one team?
I know they're not a team. I'm saying which divisions, because I prefer the South Koreans, so I want to follow them.
It just says Korea. I think only one of them is in a delegation.
I would be shocked.
It must be South Korea because South Korea just called themselves Korea.
Yeah.
Is
North
there
Korea
something?
said-
Is there an abbreviation that's like? Are you going by abbreviations or does it say Korea?
It just says KOR, but there's no
so
PKR.
maybe there's a. Oh, there's no PKR.
No PKR. So
Where are you, is this just on the website?
this is on Reddit for like the scheduling or whatever that Breton Stripes posted. This is like the whole schedule and like the subdivisions. You want to know the? Oh, that's for. Okay, yeah, I have the WAG subdivisions for.
Would you mind sending
Yeah.
a link to what you're looking
Yes.
at, please?
So for Pan Americans, I found it. It's same document. Let's keep on reading it. Here you go. It's in the private chat. For Pan Americans, it's CRC, Jamaica, Brazil, Venezuela, USA in the first one, but USA has a bye. Then Cuba, ESA. Anybody? ESA?
You keep saying USA.
El
No, ESA.
Salvador?
Is that El Salvador? Okay.
ESA.
ESA, El Salvador, Peru, Chile, and Canada. Canada's on a bye. Then it's Colombia, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Panama, and Argentina in the third subdivision with Argentina on a bye. And then it's Trinidad and Tobago, Aruba, Honduras, Haiti, Guatemala, Peru, and Mexico in the fourth subdivision with Mexico on a bye.
So what division is Brazil in?
Brazil is in the first one with USA.
And which one is Canada in?
And the second one with Cuba, El Salvador, Peru, and Chile.
Okay, so it's kind of spread out. You know, the best one is going to be the first one, but it's spread out.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I'm excited to watch it. Which one do you think is going to be better, though?
Asian.
Which one do you think is going to be better produced?
Oh, produced?
Pan American. Pan American.
Now, why can't we
Ew.
have that together?
Because
They both are going to be very shaky. Both are going to be very shaky when we produce.
Like, why can't we get good production
Yeah, but
for both?
so for the Asians, they only did one apparatus at a time.
So there wasn't as many men. So they had half a. It was like one person at a time because they had like half groups. It was like 4 people, and like they were using like only 3 events at a time because they didn't have that many people. Then the second one, that was a full subdivision, and the third one was the same. It was like just like 3 apparatus at a time. But there's a lot more women on like competing at Asian championships. So
I remember watching the first. They were only like showing one event though. They weren't showing multiple events. Did it change?
yeah, for the event finals, they did have multicam and it was fabulously produced, but they did not have that for qualifications, and it was very difficult to follow, and I give up.
Yeah. Once I had saw that, baby, it was
curtains.
It was
I
curtains for
couldn't
me
do it. I was
watching.
like, you know what? I'm gonna go do something else.
That's like back 2000 and
It's giving potato quality camera set on
Seven,
like on a tripod.
2007, 2008 type
Watching Caitlin Ohashi do cheesecloth.
situation. Who's doing? You doing commentary by yourself?
Probably. Maybe Catherine will join me. I don't know.
Wonderful.
Whoever wants to join me. I mean, I'm open to all suggestions.
We should all do it for the China subdivision.
We can. It won't be too late. It'll be like 8 p.m.
Yeah,
I can't do it for
Asian.
any other.
I guess I'm really starting to become an Asian gymnastics fan. Like, I really enjoy the Asian gymnasts so much.
Yeah.
What you mean? I've always loved China.
Me too.
Always.
But it's not, see, for me, it just used to be China. Now it's China, Japan, Korea. Like, I like a lot of the teams over there.
They're a powerful federation, union. It's a great competition, great gymnastics, and it's I always like to see how different the gymnastic style is in the East as opposed to here in the West.
Who has
Yeah.
the stronger gymnastics history, tradition? The Americas or
Chinese.
or Asia?
And you know what else I like about Pan Am? The American style used to be like a watered down. And when I say the American style, I mean all of the Americas, Canada, America, all of their asses used to be like a watered down version of the Soviet/Romanians. And now, you know, it's a very clear American. Even the Canadians have the American style. Like, I can't explain what it is.
It's Jocelyn Robertson. She's quintessential American gymnastics. It's Jocelyn Robertson.
And for a while, the British were trying to be a baby American.
Yeah, the British have the Americans. The British have a combination of the American style and the Russian style. Like, it just depends on the gymnast.
I would say like Romanian is what I was going with.
Like the Romanian and the Russian style is very similar, but it's still clearly different. Yeah.
I think when I think quintessential like Romanian beam, I think Kalina Ponor. That's quintessential.
To me, the quintessential American style is Shawn Johnson. Like
Shawn Johnson, Jocelyn Robertson,
Simone.
Yeah, Simone.
Allie Raisman.
Allie Raisman
for sure. Jordan Weaver.
Yeah, Jordan Weaver. Have y'all seen that rhythmic gymnast that looks just like Allie Raisman?
Because you gotta look at before them. You know, before Allie and them, who were those type of gymnasts? You know.
It was
Kristen Maloney.
Kristen Maloney
had strength, but not great form.
Carly Patterson.
Before them,
Carly Patterson.
You know?
Vanessa Adler.
Vanessa Adler. She was a better dancer. She was a better dancer. Ish. Courtney Kupets, quintessential American gymnastics. That's it. Courtney Kupets. That's it. That's her. Quintessential American gymnastics. That's her. Yeah. Courtney Kupets.
Oh, I want to shout out to Michaela because you did a Corkina montage, girl, and I just fell in love all over again.
She's so crazy.
I didn't see it.
She's so crazy.
And I was like, this is love.
Corkina is
my favorite gymnast ever. Crazy. I don't care how terrible of a person she has become or always have been, but that is mother to me.
She is just she's crazy. Like Corkina is a nut, and she's hilarious. Because like she's so like I think she's aware of how kooky she is, and so she plays into it. Yeah, she's kooky crazy.
I love her.
Michaela was overlooked.
So I was so happy. Go to Michaela Loves Gymnastics on Twitter, and you can see the Corkina Love and montage. Did you do that, Michaela, when I had brought up about when they devalued some of her skills? That's what made you do that?
Yeah, because Corkina really did come up with a lot of. If she did not absolutely create the skill itself, she definitely created the technique that everybody uses now because
it worked for her body.
I think it was.
Oh, because it worked for her body. She drew those skills because, like, she was doing with what she had, that lanky ass body, those long dancer's legs that weren't ever pointed. I mean, she did what she could with what she had, and she did well.
She started it.
Corkina created the full out technique that everybody uses now.
No, she didn't.
Ooh.
Dang,
she wasn't always doing that technique though. If you go back to like her older
Who do you
times,
think created it, Oscar?
I don't know. I love that you posed the question. I shared it, but I know that I saw gymnasts doing it decades before her.
Ooh, I would say Chusa.
A decade, not decades.
Chusa.
The full out technique?
Yeah. Lots of Soviets. Maybe even some Chinese.
Name them.
I'm pretty sure.
Name every woman.
Like
Houston.
Some of the Soviets at the '84 Olympics were doing them.
No.
On that dead ass floor?
Yeah.
No.
I watched it.
Off a bar. I'm talking about dismount off a bar statement.
I know.
Nobody was doing a full in off of bars in '84.
Well,
yes, she was.
Show the receipts. Pull them up.
Her name.
I told Nisha she's gonna have to go back and watch old gymnastics.
I did. I actually did. Catherine made me, and you know what? I learned a lot.
I've been watching so much old gymnastics. I love it. When are we gonna do
You
that,
gotta
Shayna?
go back and
Have
watch
a
the
movie
old
night.
stuff.
When are we gonna have a movie night, Shayna?
We went back all the way to
You
like
gotta let me
70 something.
know.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
I
We went
watched
back
the
to, like, 70
'97
something. It was
American
good.
Cup and did not know Elvira Taser won that meet.
Yeah.
Without a double salt.
I was shocked.
I mean, 97 really was a weak year in gymnastics. It reminds me of what's going on now. Like, the girls were so confused by that call to points. It was like, what the hell do we do? Like,
what the hell?
It was the only call to points from 97 to 2000 to even until 2000. Still, most of the girls did not start from a 10.0 start value because they just had no clue what the fuck to do.
I think more than the next quad.
Well,
I'm so sorry, I can't hear the question.
Do you think that didn't continue into the next quad as well? You think that the girls had a harder time reaching 10 start values in the Sydney quad versus the Athens quad?
I think because the Athens quad, the call to points did not change that much from Sydney.
So I feel like people, their expectations lowered and they expected low start values.
I feel like now having watched it, it was
worse.
I think it was
worse.
It was a combination of like that was a code ready to explode into the open code and gearing itself for that, and as well as just trying to like reconcile both the open and the closed code at that point, and it didn't go anywhere. It was a flawed code because it was getting ready to just explode and become the open code.
That's that Athens squad. I think they was being unrealistic with their vault start values because they changed the vaulting thing. So then they expected all the girls to start doing Brunovas for whatever reason.
Oh please, we could only be so lucky.
Was the Almanar was a 9-9 or a 10?
10.
It was a 10, but the gag is the Yurchenko double, who even in 2000, only like a handful of people could do the Yurchenko double, got devalued to a 9-8.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah.
So, I mean, should we talk about? Because I just want to bring up Mary Lou Retton one more time. How could you?
Mary Lou?
How could she not? I mean,
and I hope she is getting treatment because you know what, Mary Lou, if they can't find you because you are in rehab, I hope that you're in rehab, sis, and I hope you take heed. Like, we were all rooting for you, kind of, but then you went to talk to Dianne Feinstein about not passing legislation to protect gymnasts, and then I lost your respect, and then you were drunk on broadcast, and then you were. I can't mention the being a drug dealer, but whatever, we'll just glaze past that. But how could you, ma'am? How could you ask for money and then go to that with wine in the cup, ma'am? In the cup, ma'am? Oh,
what is she's like your complex female?
I feel like it stemmed from the abuse, the body breaking down. She got addicted to pills.
Mary Lou Retton, I give her a pass. Out of all of the gymnasts that we've ever talked about, I give her the biggest pass, and this is why, Addison. I see you shaking your head.
Yeah.
No matter what you feel about that lady, you have to understand that out of all of the abuse that you can think of, out of all of the stuff that's been going on in USA Gymnastics, I know for a fact she had it the worst because she was the first. So all of this shit that they've been practicing out, they had to test it on a group of girls, and they tested it out on her group of girls. So all of the manipulation, probably SA, probably physical abuse, all of that shit was going on under the ground, and gymnastics was nothing at that point in time. So didn't nobody even give a fuck at all? And they had Don Peters walking around this motherfucker. Like, yeah, I feel her, Kathy Johnson.
Michaela said, fuck Marsha Frederick.
She really did.
She was in that group of, I mean, she didn't. continue, but I mean, she was still in that group of girls who had it the worst.
The only reason I can't give her a pass anymore is because back when the Larry Nassar stuff happened, she went to the Congresswoman Dianne Feinstein and told her and urged her not to move forward with legislation to protect female athletes because it would look bad for the sport.
But that's my point, Eddie. That's what she was programmed to think. I mean,
she's doing what she thinks is right.
But it's not.
But at the end of the day, though, you have daughters in gymnastics. You're a mother of 4 women. You have to set an example.
That's the point, like Shayna. Like that's how deep it is for her. Like all these other gymnasts, like I would never put my children in gymnastics. Mary Lou was like, "Bitch, y'all doing this shit because this is it."
Yeah,
like that's how brainwashed she is. Like
you know who's your. Go ahead.
Why I'm with addicts and I cannot back up that part of Mary Lou. I back up the part she need help and she need to get it.
Yeah, I hope she does.
She never came out with any abuse of hers, like her abuse. And you sitting here.
She never will.
And maybe it is because of.
And it may have been because women. Go ahead.
I just feel like she just, shut your ass up, Mary Lou.
Maybe women her age are more reticent when it comes to speaking about abuse. I'm not sure. I don't know. All generations are different.
I feel like it's a personal choice for everyone.
Yeah.
And part B is maybe she can't because she was the first to sign these NDAs, and this is why her life has been so great in gymnastics because she signed away her rights to say anything.
Does Mary Lou have a book?
She has plenty of books, but none of them are correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't mean it like that. I did not mean it like that. I did not mean it like that. No, stop it.
The Mary Lou book.
Just think about Mary Lou Retton. Just think about this. When Mary Lou Retton won the Olympics, she was 15, 16, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. She was.
She tried to continue on in the next squad. She won American Cups the very next year. USA Gymnastics told her to stop because she needs to tour and she could make more money from being Mary Lou Retton the celebrity than ever she could make from Mary Lou Retton the gymnast. And they basically told her to stop trying.
But doesn't her all-around title have an asterisk next to it?
Of course, and that's why she wanted to continue so she could actually compete against the Russians. And they told her to stop.
Because she was not going to win.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm just being honest, like, I think that next squad, if Mary kept her double layout, kept her floor routine, the same level of difficulty, kept her vaulting, improved bars and beam,
she definitely could have been world champion on floor.
I wish Diane Durham had stuck around.
Floor and vault, to be honest.
Yeah,
I feel like Diane could have won.
They would have had a good showdown that quad.
Yeah.
Diane Durham is another one. She tried to stick around, and they told her to stop.
Well, she didn't. Wasn't the bullshit that happened was that she didn't qualify because she was supposed to do a routine, but she watered it down or something?
What happened is in 1984, she was like in the top 4 in the all around, going into the last 2 rotation. Like she was basically on the team, right? She fell on her vault and on her Tsukahara full and injured her ankle, right? USA Gymnastics told Bella Caroli, oh, she doesn't need to do uneven bars. She's on the team. Like, she's Diane Durham. Like, she was national champion. Like, she don't need to do shit. Like, stop, right? But the gag is, what Bella didn't understand, Diane didn't understand is, no, she had to have competed at Worlds the year before for them to have petitioned her to the team. But Diane was also hurt at Worlds and didn't get to go to Worlds the year beforehand. So because she didn't do bars and she only needed like an 8-something to make the team, and they told her not to do bars at all. Like what she was gonna do is just do a bar routine and not do a dismount just to get a score to make the team. They told her to stop. She didn't need to do it. And then once Bella was trying to do his thing to petition her on the team, it was like, oh yeah, you see that zero she got on bars because she didn't do bars? Yeah, she's not going to the Olympics, bitch. We don't want this damn nigger bitch to be the damn face of USA gymnastics at this Olympic Games, bitch.
Well, what did her husband tell us? That they had all these promotional stuff with her face on it for the other Olympics?
They literally had USA Gymnastics and the people in charge when they were promoting, because they didn't have like these commercials and stuff they had now, but they had like these little flyers and stuff that they used to promote the Olympic Games on them. And Diane was the girl that they were using to promote. It wasn't Mary Lou Retton, it was Diane.
She was photographed like the goddess.
And he really her family feels like USA Gymnastics was like, wait, why are y'all using this black girl? Like, what's going on? Like, this isn't American gymnastics. Like, what the hell? So, everybody feels like they lied to Bella because Bella didn't know the rules. This was his first go round to make her not do bars so she wouldn't make it to the Olympic Games.
Didn't they disband that organization and create USAG afterwards?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another day at the office for USAG.
Let's answer Johnny's question. Who do you think will take over the program after Lily?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's going to be some weird ass decision.
Is it going to be someone we've never heard of?
I think so, and I think that's the right answer. I don't think it should be somebody from the gymnastics world, actually.
I'm down.
I think it should just be a regular business leader who's just going to run USA Gymnastics like a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let Chelsea and Alicia and Betty worry about the actual gymnastics. They just need somebody who's going to, run the business.
Let ABC do that. Alicia, Betty, and Chelsea. ABC.
Period.
And I mean, listen, I don't know. How long will it take for them to replace them? Because I can tell you right now, this is my perspective. I feel like Alicia keeps getting pregnant, so they won't fire her. Very corny pets.
If it was to be somebody from the gymnastics world, what direction would y'all want them to go?
I just want them to give me Flip Now. That's all. Hello, USAG, if you're watching this, all I want is Flip Now. Give it to me, and now let me tell you, profitable. Because you know what I would do? All these little meets he have, the dev, whatever the meets he have that have no commentator, all the girlies that want to be commentators and sport journalists and broadcasters, have them commentate, wet their whistle a little bit, okay? Then create like podcasts, interviews, and like all these great content with USAG branding. Really like give them media training. That's what you should do with Flip Now. Don't take my idea or I'll sue you. Hi, I'm Maddox. I endorse this message.
To be honest with you,
What about
What?
I think because the girls change every couple of years or so, I think it's hard to do that because it's always a new face. I think they had the right idea with like making it the coaches who are the faces. It's just they made the coaches have too much power with that. Like, I would let the coaches be celebrities. Y'all just wouldn't have no power behind that celebrity attention. Like,
no, of course it would change every year because you're always like training a new group of girls to give them media training, whatever. So of course it would change. It's a privilege to have that position. If you're hurt, say like Claire Pease in her back, put her to commentate, have her talk, put her in a nice chair with a little pillow. Things like that. Like if a girl is hurt and they want to do broadcast journalism, give them a chance on there. Like have them commentate a cute little meet. Have like a me like guiding them through the process. Like helping them commentate and talk. It's really not that hard, and it would make so much more money than it does right now.
It do, but that will also be giving the girls another avenue to be like, oh yeah, y'all keep yelling at me. Well, I'm just gonna commentate, bitch. Fuck you, bye.
Period. Let's do it.
USA Gymnastics do not seem to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like whoever does it has to like guide them forward that way because that would make money. It would make a lot of money. I would make you a lot of money, USAG. Hire me, please.
I think what I would do is I would fight for them to be able to be professional gymnasts and earn money while they're young, and like let them go compete at these
Series
World
A.
Cup. Because
Bundesliga.
I feel like a lot of the girls and they make this excuse of these college educations, but if you really look at it, how much damn actual college is these girls really doing versus training? Now I know technically they can only train 20 hours a week, but how many times have the girls skirted around that 20 hours a week and been in the gym as a volunteer coach, but actually was working on routines? Like,
You don't. They're really like tight about that.
oh really? Okay.
You can go and just train like at the gym whenever you want, but as a team, no. Or when the team's training, no. Like you were doing their like the team thing. But yeah, they can go there by
or
themselves whenever.
school, like on school property. They can go to like their home gym or something.
But they can go into the gym
you
and
know?
just train, and they're like off the clock whenever they want. But as a team, as a whole, it can't be more than like I think 3, or it's an official team practice, something like that. But they can go and just like they sometimes they're tumbling in gym like a skill, yeah. But it's as a team only 20 or something like that. Yeah,
Makes sense.
but they do skirt it. But they are very as a team, no. So I think to your argument, yes. I'm stoned right now. Don't mind me.
Do you think, me too, do you think Tasha Schweiker could run USAG?
She's busy being a lawyer with Kaylee Cruz. National champion Kelly Cruz, excuse me.
You don't think it would excite her, the opportunity?
I don't think anybody wants that
I
job.
think because Tasha is a lawyer, they don't need somebody to litigate USAG. They need somebody to run the business of USAG. And I think this is one of the issues they've always had with the president position. The president position wants to be part of the gymnastics and picking teams and going to the Olympics and making Olympic announcements and stuff like that. And that's not necessarily the job of the president. The job of the president is to make USA Gymnastics money, and like they need to be more on the advertisement side and less on camera.
Steve Penny, Johnny.
Huh?
Johnny was asking a question. I was saying
No,
Steve
it was Lily. Before her was Mary Bono. No, Carrie Perry. Carrie Perry, Mary Bono. Then it was Steve Penny, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
I forgot about the blonde hair.
Yeah, Carrie Perry with the scarves. Yeah,
the scarves. She always look frightened. My God, I've never. Her and Ariana Grande are competing for like frightened look. Just like startled. Poor thing. My gosh.
Whatever happened?
Deer in the
What's she
headlights.
doing now? Whatever happened to her?
Carrie Perry.
Yeah, whatever happened?
Probably
to her?
on tour with her sister Katie. No, I don't know. Who knows? Leading something, yapping. I don't know. Talking somewhere, wearing her scarves. Vaya con Dios. I don't know. As far as Mary Bono, who was married to
that USAG money.
Probably. Let me tell you. But yeah, no, it's a story. I don't think anybody really wants that job because of how messy it is to clean that shit up organizationally from like the foundation, because you have to burn bridges. I mean, at this point, in order to like for the prosperity of the sport, you got to tear it down from the bottom up. You really do. And it's going to take like at least a generation and a half to get rid of all the fucking like trilobites. So like walking around there that are like hell bent on keeping it the same way. So it's going to take you like at least. Here's my prediction. I predict that we will legitimately going to place all expectations on the Tokyo gym athletes to come back, the Olympians to come back. It's going to crumble again. We're going to have another apocalypse like we had in the Olympic trials. And
okay, I got a name. I got a really good name. I got two really good names. Who we know understand gymnastics, but we also understand that basically when they were the head coaches of their organization, that they basically was building a program from the ground up. Like, call Suzanne Yacklin. or call Sarah Patterson?
Oh, she would love that. Suzanne would love that. She'd be like, yes, give it to me now.
Call Suzanne Yockler.
Suzanne gave me, she would have cussed Marta out at any given moment.
She did, I think.
Really?
At some point, I think she did. I wouldn't be surprised.
Call
Suzanne gives me
Yockler. Let her rebuild. Let her start it over. Let her bring the hype in. Because Suzanne is not just going to earn USA Gymnastics money. Hell no, Johnny Pierre.
No,
Hell no.
No, Johnny, no.
She's in Germany.
No.
She's in Germany.
Yeah, let Suzanne, take over. She's not gonna take no shit. Y'all know she knows how to win.
And she likes us, Michaela.
I think Sarah Patterson likes us too.
Imagine. Yes, please, Suzanne Yockler for president of USAG. Immediately vote for Suzanne.
I really think that would be a good look.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another one that's kind of like left center. What about? Okay, this is a funny one. Tim Daggett.
Hell no.
Mull it over.
Nastia Lee.
I'm just gonna see first.
I mean, if y'all think the Marta and Bella Crowley era was something, let Tim Daggett get a hold to the program. And
Timothea.
Yeah, someone that has like a business or marketing background. That's what they need.
They do.
They gotta have those two are essential.
Sports management would be ideal too.
Johnny Pierre, I see you keep posting the name in the comment section. I absolutely keep ignoring this name on purpose because I don't want to have to say my true opinions on this name. But I just don't.
Who? Dominique Dawes?
Who?
I just don't think.
Dominique Dawes?
Who?
Whatever name that's in
GD.
I don't know.
GD, not the LSU
I
one.
don't know her. No, I love her.
Whatever names that these people are putting in the chat, I just don't think they would be a very good fit.
What about Rhonda Fane?
Oh, Nisha. Cal lost a commit. She switched her commitment to Michigan. Quincy
Where?
Walter.
Shannon, you late.
Where?
I know.
To where?
Quincy
A
Walter.
commit to Cal. Have they announced who that coach is going to be?
It's me. It's me. I'm kidding. No, it's not. It should be Brian Carey.
I wouldn't mind Dominique Dawes getting one of these head coaching positions at somebody's college. Like,
she needs to go take over the American. She needs to go take over the University of Maryland's program.
Or Rutgers.
Or Florida.
Wasn't she in the stands for the? Wasn't Dominique at the meet again when UCLA came to town?
I believe so. The Terrapins, please.
Yeah.
Yes, Terps.
Yeah.
No, Dominique for Florida.
Dominique for Cal. Or Brian Carey for Cal. That way Jade will have a gym. I mean, it's a shitty gym, but Jade will have a gym.
Maybe Dominique Dawes.
What do y'all? Oh, we're gonna be messy. What do y'all think about Reagan Smith at Iowa State?
Who?
Maybe Dominique Dawes should take over Fifth Gymnastics and help save that program.
They don't have the money
But
for it.
with her name behind it,
They don't have the money for it.
Ain't no saving that program.
I can't.
Where's Rhonda
I can't say
Fane?
anything.
Where are you, girl? Anybody that know her and watches the show, please tell her to get in contact with us. We got to see if she's
Call the
still
bureau.
alive.
Call the bureau. Call the gymnastics bureau.
Look up the obituary because I miss Rhonda. No shade.
I say something,
And she needs to
and
be
Nisha
coached.
said something, and I know we can't really talk about it, so I just prefer to say my opinion and then move on. As a Black gymnastics fan, it's really disappointing how it's really disappointing how Black people as a whole is choosing to act like gymnastics isn't a real sport still in 2025, where
The year of our Lord.
we're literally watching all these people go to colleges and win all these things, and like these black institutions, like James Jones was trying to get a HBCU to even sponsor a men's program. Like they wouldn't even have to do shit. They just would have to just put their name behind it, and he couldn't even get one. Like it's just the way, like
the oppressed have become the oppressors.
Correct, and it's just like
all for $1.
I mean, I get gymnastics isn't the
They
most
want basketball and
correct. And it's just
football.
I get that gymnastics isn't the most. But there's a way that it can be done if like everybody would come together. But
and back into the culture.
It's so frustrating when this side wants something to happen, and then this side is acting like they're being lied to, and then the whole institution is like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about this. Like if y'all don't fuck y'all, bitch, we'll cut this shit in a heartbeat. Bitch, fuck y'all, bitch, bye. And it's just like
I don't know. Why did Corinne start it at FIST though? They only have like 1,000.
It wasn't Corinne that started it. It was one of the board members. Okay, his niece, Jordan Cromartie is Frank Simmons' niece. His niece was a Littleton gymnast. He asked her why she wasn't going to an HBCU. She said there was an HBCU gymnastics team. He has ties at Fisk. So them together with Broncos Gymnastics started or presented to the college. Then Broncos Gymnastics was phased out because they're stupid and idiots. Not brown girls, but like Frank Simmons and company. And so that's why that's when they chose Corinne, because they wanted to be first everything. And then Corinne was
should have started it at a Texas school, like Prairie View.
Hold on. The Game of Thrones was played by Nuria Mack, who was their social media person, and then there was a lot of shit that happened. Long story short, money, and all of a sudden, Corinne was allowed to resign without being fired, and then Nuria Mack is the interim coach right now. But it's not great because she's the one that has upset a lot of people, and then like isolated the FIS gymnastics team from other helping hands such as Broncos Gymnastics, and here we are.
It's just been very sad. Like, I know people don't want to talk about it. I know people, but people, you gotta act like we have feelings too. And like, I know we're fans, and I know y'all feel like y'all are the institutions behind these things, but it's just really, really heartbreaking when, and whether it's the truth or not, whether their truth is the full truth or not, or whether it's just, for me, the one thing that just will always just like is, I get that people feel like these people should not have these expectations, but it's just the one thing that I just would never, is just like talking to some parents, talking to some of the girls, it's just like they expected it to be like a PWI, and it's just like, I'm just like, how? It's Fisk University. Like, it's only like a handful of people who go there in the first place. Like, you really telling me you did not realize how small this place was? And the people keep telling me that. And it's just like,
it's frustrating.
Sometimes I really question, like, was trying to start gymnastics in HBCUs even a smart thing? Because
the bureaucracy and like the politics within HBCUs is very messy.
It is, and then it's also the culture of Black people in the sport of gymnastics, and how, like, even to this day, like, gymnastics is still viewed as like a white people sport. And then on top of that, as a Black person, I feel like I could say this: I don't trust y'all niggas. Like, y'all niggas like to steal. Y'all niggas like to run shit into the ground. Like, y'all niggas act like y'all are for some shit, and then you be the main one trying to steal the people's shit. Like, and it's just like, you telling me y'all didn't realize y'all would have to buy leotards? You telling me you didn't realize that, yeah, you have to travel to these competitions? You telling me you didn't realize that, yeah, the girls is going to need a medical staff Like, it's just.
And leotards are expensive. Like, you're talking upwards of $200 to $500 to maybe sometimes $800 leotards individually, and like times 20, and then like some for like replacements and whatever. Yeah, no, it's a lot of money.
So there was no business plan. It sounds like there was no. You have to have like a business plan for stuff like that. The way you know you're gonna break, how much you're gonna need, all this stuff.
And then some of these HBCUs do have fashion programs. Like, I know Fisk has a fashion program. Why couldn't you have your fashion program design the leotards for the gymnastics? Like, it's just things
because you want a sponsorship, so then they pay for it, and overworking students, and it's a whole thing. I mean, I agree with that, Michaela. Like with music, your music department should make your music. That's why it doesn't sound all chopped up and shit. Like, there's ways to collaborate that these teams just do not collaborate. And it's so isolating for them, and it leads to this. And you have bad people running it.
No, Fisk is not. Fisk is a tiny school. Like,
hold on, let me look up the stats.
When I found out they had only about 1,000 students.
It's some high schools that are bigger than Fisk University.
So those girls take official visits to the campuses to actually see the school. They just went on somebody else's word and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna commit because it's HBCU." What was the logic there?
A little bit of both. There's 1,055.
I mean, they sold a lot of dreams because Morgan decommitted to Arkansas to go there.
They were sold a lot of lies. Yes, they did. Yes, they were. It's kind of like
somebody pull it up on a map so we could share like the size of Fisk University compared to like another.
Yeah, hold on. I have it already pulled up anyway.
Baby, put it in on LSU campus, baby.
Like,
Texas Tech campus.
I live down the street from FAMU, and FAMU is a medium-sized school. Like, it's probably one of the bigger HBCUs. But it's not a big school like that. Like,
okay, I have it.
And it's not to tear the people down who actually had good intentions to start.
Absolutely not. I'm not trying to tear anybody down. And I think that's a mistake when people hear me talk about this issue. They hear me talk with passion, so they think I'm trying to read or disrespect what they've accomplished, and that is far from what I'm actually doing. I'm just giving my opinion on like what people have told me. That's all I can have my opinion on is what people have actually told me. And like, people really feel like they were lied to get here. And from all ends, I feel like the schools feel like they were kind of lied to.
Yeah. Well, because then they isolated themselves and they refused any outside help or support from like Broncos Gymnastics, who tried to really like, create a community around them, and they just did not want to work or did not want to, buy into that. And that's why there was a disconnect and a loss of support. And you can only do this for so long without support.
Fisk University enrollment for the fall of 24 was 1,058 students.
Mm-hmm. High schools are bigger than that. Most high schools in Florida are bigger than that.
My high school is for sure bigger than that. Hell,
my high school is bigger than that.
Yeah. But it's in Nashville, Tennessee. Hey.
It's not even like, do y'all know how many schools? And then this is the other thing. Do y'all know how many other schools are in Nashville, Tennessee? Fisk isn't even the biggest HBCU in Nashville, Tennessee. They have another HBCU called
Tennessee State.
Tennessee State. That is way bigger.
And it's right next to them too. It's right here. Boop, right there.
That is way bigger than damn Fisk.
Yeah, look at that's Tennessee State, and this is Fisk. Boop, boop, and then boop. I mean, I'm telling you, it was about like the connections they had with the school. But so.
And what was Corinne doing that ousted her?
Okay, I can only say so much, but so in the contract, for me contracts, it says that they will be reimbursed for a room and a board when they stay at a hotel or whatever. Mm-hmm. And there was no money, and so Corinne couldn't pay for it, and so she called Brown Girls, and Brown Girls was like, well, it's you can be reimbursed, and Corinne was like, I don't have the money, and so they made Broncos pay for it apparently, and then Corinne ended up paying for it, and she was very not happy about it. Apparently went to the AD, and when they did an audit or something like that, it wasn't good. So they allowed her to. If you remember, at the Jada and the Carries meet with Fisk, Corinne was not there, and so yeah, she was allowed to resign without getting fired. And
like, what was the rush job to get this program started?
I don't know.
Though,
they wanted to be the first.
To not have a gym. They wanted to be the first. Not to have a gym, not to have a site to have meets, and you're constantly traveling away. Like, none of those things were thought about.
Consider them to Clemson and taking a year.
Discussed.
And then you have to think about this too. Normally, HBCUs are focused on major red dance and band. They're not really focused on gymnastics.
And that's where I feel like, and I don't know who, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of these HBCUs thought when they were getting a gymnastics program, they thought it was going to be more like a dance girls program or like a cheer thing.
Or like low equipment, you don't need much to do it.
Correct. I don't think they really, really understood that. What
Corinne ass understood she was a damn gymnast. If nobody else didn't, she should have.
I think just from what people are telling me, I think people kind of told the universities, like, oh, it's not really going to take that much money. I mean, like...
Yeah, there wasn't enough clarity between both parties, and I feel like that's why it was rushed into. To be the first, to make history.
I ain't never been a gymnast a day. I ain't never been a gymnast a day in my life and know that shit was expensive.
I mean, the equipment alone you're nearing $1 million. The equipment alone.
I just...
Plus your facility and then your insurance policy.
I don't think the schools realized the amount of injuries that were involved that they were going to have to take care of.
The insurance policies alone.
The resources, the team that you have to have behind you. You have to have
trainers.
The trainers. Some of them not always about
the highly qualified spotters.
So who approved all these proposals and these programs to go like full steam ahead? Who approved that? They didn't look over all that stuff. Like, it takes experts to like go over that stuff and be like, hey, you need X, Y, Z. How's it packaged to these, I guess, ADs to be like a president's like, hey, this is gonna work.
Like the ADs, the athletic directors, the board of directors.
That's what happened in Talladega. They went and did the audit, and it was like, gymnastics is spending too much money, so we got to cut it.
And it's a non-revenue sport already, so it's like you coming in at a deficit. It's just making me sad thinking about it.
Like if you have money like Clemson, you can throw money at it. Sure, go for it.
And I think that's another one because Fisk started around the same time as Clemson, so some of the girls who
and we used to talk about that. We used to compare it. I think we did a show about it, like comparing what Clemson did compared to Fisk and the resources that Clemson had in the community, the money that was spent, the planning that was put into
Clemson's campus, and can somebody look up their enrollment from last year? Because
it's a fucking town. It's their entire town.
Clemson is just like, I know it's not known for gymnastics, but y'all just have to understand that Clemson is a beast of a school. Like, Clemson is one of the biggest schools. Like, that's their whole school.
They won like 2 football championships in the last 10 years or something. Like, Devil Sweeney had that football program rolling for a while.
Yeah, that's the whole university.
Yeah, but we beat them in 2019. Jer Burrell.
That's the whole university.
That, like, did y'all see that tiny ass building for Fisk? And like, this is what Clemson has to deal with. Like, and they built them girls an entire gymnastics arena. Like, they didn't just build them a training center. They built them
an estate, a training facility.
Just show you That shows you how money, because I want to go back to not, putting blame on Fist and these people,
I'm
because
so
I'm
sorry.
sure
I'm so sorry. I'm glad you said that, Shayna. I just want to make it very clear. I am not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just trying to get people to understand, like, if we don't talk about these things and we just try to sweep them under the rug and act like these things aren't the fucking truth, we can't fix them in the future.
Well, I'm blaming some blame because
I was saying that
because of my background. I'm taking some blame on somewhere. Like, seriously.
It is better than anything that we could have ever imagined. We're all out of
I was just saying that because I don't know if I was supposed to Michaela about
this is Bree Clark. We're gonna take you through Western Gymnastics Crib.
The things and the when women, you have to think about our history just in the United States and the world. When it came to women couldn't vote at one time, y'all. And then you look back into the 70s, like I said, why I go so hard for LSU, and I can only speak for LSU and why I have a love for them, because I'm from here and I know the family of Dee Dee and their daughters. And when those athletic directors did not put anything into these programs, you can say the same about Suzanne at Georgia, and
they rallied, man. They worked their
Sarah
ass off
at Alabama. Those women worked their asses off to get those programs to where they are
outside of the grocery store, handing out tickets and shit. Yeah, they did the road work.
I was there. My Dee Dee's youngest daughter and me went to high school together when it was barely 1,000 people in those stands at the PMAC. When they had basically a Fisk University training gym. It was basically like a PE gym. Those women had to fight for that stuff. So when I say I don't want to blame it on Fisk and all of that, because these same programs used to look like this back then.
And now there's just no real opportunity for a small team to just grassroots be funded, because you have to have a whole backing from your entire school. Like Clemson, they are pouring money into this. Look at that building. Look at that. Money.
Hey, Shayna, can you do Clemson's enrollment from this year or from last year? Because Fisk only enrolled 1,000 people into that small ass school. And again, when I say small ass school, it's not a read; it's a fact. It's
small ass school.
Clemson's 28,747.
That's more people than in my town.
28,000 people.
LSU's enrollment 39.
No one has that. No one.
They have a fucking so they don't even have to stack mats on top of each other. They could just raise the platform to be the height that they needed to be.
Yeah, LSU has that too. I saw that there on Connor's video. I was amazed. What?
So basically, y'all are saying that even the enrollment fee couldn't cover the gymnastics program at Fisk, which basically saying.
No.
So where was all this money supposed to come from? Now I'm more confused. Where was money supposed to come from?
Just we're working on it. That's all I can say. Working on it.
It's not just about. It's the athletic director, but it's also donors.
And that's the other thing.
Donation.
And that's the other thing with the HBCUs. The HBCUs feel like people should only donate to their schools for football and basketball. If people donate to their schools for anything else, they're looking at them like, gymnastics? Fuck that. We need.
Hold on, I gotta have my mom and my dad in. We're back. I just have to wheel him in. I'll be right back. Oh gosh.
Hell, and then I would still say Fisk is still way bigger than Wilberforce, a school I never even heard of.
So, question: before Wilberforce and Talladega jumped out there, did they not consult people like at Fisk and be like, "Hey, how's your program doing?" Or what's your guys'?
Oh, you
Did they not consult?
It ain't but 617 students at Wilberforce. What the hell?
How many?
What the hell? 23-24 school year, Wilberforce University had a total enrollment of 617 students.
Where's Wilberforce?
Why are they
Ohio?
starting
They
these
couldn't
programs?
afford
They
these
need to start.
programs. They don't have enough students to even. They don't have enough. They're not gonna. That first, have non-revenue sport, and then you don't have the tuition money to cover this stuff. So why was these programs even put?
It's barely. It's not even giving high school gym team. It's giving club like.
And so, like, where did y'all think? I hope y'all didn't think Fisk, Wilberforce, Talladega was gonna build y'all a gym that looked like what Clemson built them, girl.
That's what I'm saying. How was that? That's not wasn't even possible unless they had millions and millions of donations to start with. That was impossible. So I wouldn't have sent my child to those schools knowing that's not even enough to cover tuition for professors, like salaries and stuff. Like, who would do that to their daughters? Like, I don't know.
Who's ever watching us, from Brown Girls Gymnastics, anybody involved or wanting to start a program, look into HBCUs in Texas. We don't even have a Division I in Texas. So if a HBCU would need to be started, I would look at a Texas Southern or a Prairie View A&M.
The thing is, Taylor, I think they start the universities at the universities that tell them yes. I think they would love to start one at Texas A&M or Florida or FAMU or Ole Miss or what's another big HBCU? Bethune-Cookman College or one of the HBCUs.
Alabama HBCU.
One of the HBCUs in Atlanta that's really big. Clark or Morehouse or Spelman. You know, I'm sure they would want to, but the school has to tell them yes. And I think that one of the issues is they get told no a lot by a lot of schools because a lot of the HBCUs don't want to spend the money for gymnastics because they don't give a fuck.
Well, no, I'm gonna get. It's just they don't have the money. They probably barely have money to like pay the professors. Like, you got like some thousand students. It's not enough to pay anybody. How you gonna pay your regular staff?
Yeah, but when you compare it to a university with only 1,600 students, you losing before you even get started. Though,
yeah. How are you supposed to create? How are you supposed to fundraise? Like, what booster club? It's only 1,000 people here. Like, are you trying to get like a grant from each student? Like.
And then you got to think about the city, Nashville. What's the big university that's not an HBCU out there? That's where all the money is going. That's where all the resources are going in the community, to that school, not to little old 1,000 people.
And see, the other state is still another HBCU, but it's still not even the biggest college in the town because they have lots of other colleges. Regular PWIs are way bigger than both of those schools.
I'm just thinking of like when we look at like my city, the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is known for being the capital of Louisiana. But what is known about our city is the food, the plants, and freaking LSU and ExxonMobil. That is just how it is. So you have to have the support of your city. The lawmakers. Do you know who, since Tate, he just dropped down and became Rutgers' new president. So we don't have a president right now. Guess who appoints the president at the school? The fucking governor.
The lawmakers, yep.
Lawmakers. So you got to think about it. If you a school like Fisk in Nashville, Tennessee, country tonk down, they don't give a damn about no damn black gymnastics team in that community. So if it's not the school, you know, funding it, you're not going to get no kind of funding.
And a lot of funding is based on enrollment as well. You have to.
I think Tennessee State would have been harder sell, but that should have been the place that should have had the HBCU gymnastics because it's just a bigger university overall. They have the facilities to host training because of, like, I don't even think Fisk has a football team, but Tennessee State does. Tennessee State have a band. They can incorporate the band into the gymnastics team. Like, it just, I don't know. I mean, you got to get in where you fit in. People, if everybody keep telling you no, I mean, that's also an issue. Like, why do all the colleges not want to support gymnastics when they support a whole bunch of other bullshit? But
well, they can't afford it, man. Think about it. We just said the enrollment is 600 and something. They can't afford it. Like,
I mean,
they want to get behind it. They can't afford it. It's not feasible.
I did not realize Wilberforce was that small.
Well, I definitely knew once we talked about it before that Fisk was small. Wilberforce was
I knew Fisk was small because I actually visited Fisk because I was thinking about going there in high school, so I knew Fisk was small. But and where do y'all say Wilberforce is at? Ohio?
With this, Wilberforce is in Atlanta. I mean, in Alabama. Oh, that was Talladega.
Talladega is in Alabama. I don't know where Wilberforce is at.
Wilberforce is in Ohio. Yeah, Wilberforce, Ohio. But you know, we're talking about HBCUs, and I guess this is a good thing to go into another topic about the settlement that just happened, because I feel like a lot of other schools, not HBCU related, are going to be closed down or in jeopardy of losing their programs.
I would say this to the older gymnasts, right? It must really suck watching all of these young girls being able to make all of this money when y'all couldn't. And arguably when y'all was out there, y'all was doing harder stuff and putting y'all bodies at more risk than these girls are. So, but I just don't think it's, how far back in time do y'all want to go? Do y'all want to go back to the 80s? Do y'all want them girls to be getting NIL money? Like,
I definitely want where it all started from, my Magnificent Seven.
I just feel like it happened. Like, we can't go back in time. Like, even for them to go back to 2016, I'm just like, y'all lucky, because I think that's too far. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't agree.
Modern era. Who was the first to really go back to college after an Olympic cycle? Alicia?
Courtney Kupats, I would say.
Courtney and Taryn and Courtney McCool.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jamie Danshire?
The only reason I don't count those girls because technically they didn't win a medal, so it wasn't that big of a deal for them to go to college. I mean, I know they won a medal after the fact, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just imagine the money that they could have made just being those girls and the Olympians.
They could have, but I just don't feel like, how far back do y'all want
to look at Dominique? You know, Dominique went 3 Olympic cycles and could not, you know, she gave up the eligibility of school to, you know, those girls had those tours and stuff, you know. So I hope they were able to make money being on those Wheatie boxes and all them tours. You know, they did tour and do all that back then. Did they ever make profit. Yeah, because Dominique Moceanu, mom and daddy was stealing her money.
Mm-hmm. I just don't feel like. I feel like where they're at now, and with 2020, with 2016, I think that's fair enough back to pay the girls. Like, I don't feel like they should go back to 2012 and 2008. I mean, like, it's just going to be a never ending. And I know it's not just about the gymnasts, it's mainly about the football players and the basketball players, because as badly as we think they treat, and we know we say they give everything to the football players and the basketball players, but the NIL is really for the football players and the basketball players, because they steal from them gentlemen the most.
Yeah.
The most. Like, they have whole video games with their asses on them, and they can't make a penny off of it, but...
And that's what started the lawsuit.
Correct. So I feel like I understand, but you can only go back in time so far, and like I think 2016 is almost 10 years ago. That's far enough back.
That's a statute of limitations.
Maybe every gymnast that competed under NIL, like the change. What year was that? 2022 or 1?
1.
So those.
Well, it's 22 because after COVID, yeah, it was 22.
Every gymnast that competed in 2021.
So Maggie,
should
Kyla,
get all their years. So if they were a senior, they get 3 years.
A back pay?
Yeah. Does that go to 2016?
But see, and then this is the other thing. How do you calculate somebody's back pay? Because I could see like Kyla Ross or Maggie Nichols, who were Olympians and world champions, saying that I could have made this amount of money if I would have had the opportunity to do an NIL. But then I look at somebody like
Darion Go-Byrne, who became the first national champion, and then got all that, brought so much attention to the program. And then Suni came along, and like, how do you calculate Darion's worth?
Yeah, because like,
or like someone like Safina De Jesus, who went viral, or Kayla Nohashi.
Because I can sit up here and say Darion didn't have the name to make the NIL that other girls would have, but who knows? Maybe her and Tiki would have came up with something in.
And she was the first national champion for that program.
Correct. And let's see who else is like Brenda Dowell. Like, how do you evaluate her worth? Because, I mean, as an elite, you could say she was an elite, but...
And I just find it disingenuous for someone like Livy, who's worth like what, however million dollars she has now. Like, girl, you're very coin, and your parents had coin. Like, why are we? I would understand if it was like for, I don't know, like.
But again, I do understand, because with Livy, it's like, yeah, y'all give me this calculation and be like, I'm not the best gymnast on the team, so I should be happy. But fuck that shit. Nobody would have an NIL if it wasn't for me, bitch. So I want it all. I can understand.
I would hope that she isn't that greedy, but it feels like she's. It comes off greedy.
It's not greedy when it's not greedy when you run. Fuck them basketball players. Fuck them football players. You run this shit to LSU, and even though you make a lot of money. There's other people making more money than you on something that you brought to the program.
She makes more money than Jay. She makes more money than Jay.
I know she makes more money than Jay, but she doesn't make as much money as some football players who. Is
there a ranking? Can we look it up?
I think she's one of the top, even in the men.
Let's see. Not to like try to contradict you, Michaela. I'm just genuinely interested in this.
No, I mean, y'all can sit up there and tell me she makes $30 million a year. I would sit up there and be like, I could argue that she probably should make more than that.
Let's see.
What is she worth to you?
The highest is
she's
Archie
number 4.
Manning. She's number 5.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, she's tied for number 4. Is Archie?
Michaela, what is she worth?
I think what Olivia Dunn, and I've said this before and I will continue to say it, what Olivia Dunn has done for the sport of NCAA gymnastics without being a good gymnast, I'm not saying she's not a good
college athletes, period, not just the gymnastics aspect.
Without being one of the premier athletes on her team is fucking incredible. Her social media alone is worth more than some people's career. The eyes that she brings to that school, good attention or bad attention, it's attention.
It was asses and seats.
Is invaluable, and because of Olivia Dunn and what she does on social media, it brought a lot of people to LSU gymnastics that would have not paid attention to LSU gymnastics if not for Olivia. Like, people would be mad when they wouldn't play Olivia on TV doing her horrible ass floor and beam routine, to the point where they just had to put Olivia in lineups until, championships, and they was like, okay, we ain't finna lose for this bitch, but
Well,
I disagree. We had injuries, so she had to be in bars that year.
She was doing innovative skills
LSU
on floor.
Was 11,000 people in the seats before Olivia got there.
Yeah,
so
she was doing incredible skills on floor. Like,
why LSU was that popular? She brought out for athletes to get paid with the NIL, just across sports in general. It wasn't just a gymnastics thing, because LSU was packing out the PMAC before Olivia got there.
Yeah,
they were, but I'm just saying the level of attention from her social media.
Another level.
But I don't think it was due to gymnastics, though. I think it was more about it being.
No, you're not saying. And see, that's the problem. It had nothing to do with her gymnastics. It was her social media. But then you can't take the good away from the bad. Like you have to say, as valuable as somebody like Haley Bryan is to LSU because of her gymnastics ability, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how Haley Bryan brings the attention, is her gymnastics ability. Mm-hmm. Well, Olivia brings as much, if not more, attention just because of her social media.
Asses and seats.
But when I look back 20 years from now, 30 years, when I'm old and can't walk, I'm always remember Haley Bryant and them bringing home that national title if we don't ever win another one.
Big ass trophy outside the PMAC.
Hello.
That big ass trophy. Oh, I want to take a picture with it so bad.
Nah, but you're right though, Michaela. So
you are not wrong. And I think what we have to what's hard to reconcile with is the fact that she may be worth $6 million, whatever, very coin, but also that you're right. The way she was able to leverage her social media standings and fans and following to really make the sport of gymnastics bigger in Baton Rouge is admirable. It is. She had asses and seats, and that's what they want.
It is, and NIL isn't about your gymnastics talent. Mm-hmm. It's about your visibility in the sport.
Your name, your image, your likeness,
marketability.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to act like Olivia isn't very beautiful and she's can sell stuff.
Can't read for shit though.
Can't read for shit, but when you're white and you're blonde, you don't have to. You can be mediocre and still,
like Omarosa said, you can be rewarded for being mediocre.
And I'm not saying Olivia Dunn is mediocre before we run with that narrative.
No, she's not.
I'm just saying, like,
her gymnastics can be mediocre.
And she's gonna have a coined husband. Well,
yeah,
I'm just saying, if I was with the talent,
the spring half was horrible. What?
The fact that Olivia Dunn even was in lineups up until she wasn't was a miracle.
Why would you do a switch ring like that? The back did not have any flexibility, honey. There was no head release. Switch ring half, ambitious. The done one and the done two. Oh, live for that. Innovative. Beautiful. Wonderful, marvelous, never the same. Bus, another club.
She was used when needed, and her role was her role.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And that's just, and this is why I think Olivia is fighting, because I
was more upset about Alona making bar lineups than Olivia making bar lineups, but that's for another conversation.
Oh, did y'all see that? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Olivia is protecting her legacy in the sport by fighting these fights, because she doesn't have the record legacy.
She was never going to give you a 10.
She's never going to have that. But Olivia's 10 is going to be, bitch, I'm the highest paid athlete in the
I'm very coin. I'm very coin.
Y'all give me my props because I'm getting y'all hoes paid.
Correct.
I'm very coin.
Those are her 10s. And just like you would expect Trinity Thomas, Ailey Bryant to fight for every 10th of a point that on the gymnastics floor, I expect Olivia to fight for everything she brought to NCAA gymnastics. Like
Johnny, that's just never gonna happen. Girl was kept together by Kenesha Tape and Hopes and Dreams.
Wishful thinking, Johnny.
They wanted her for the pro league.
That would ever to happen, yes.
They wanted her for the pro league.
Going to happen, but yes, it would.
I think Olivia would do very well in the professional arena in gymnastics if there was a professional league. I think Olivia would do very well.
But they have Simone though, so Simone will always bring the people.
I don't think Simone's gonna be part of that in any capacity.
She should go to Team GB.
Shalaboos!
Olivia?
Shalaboos!
Yeah.
I don't think she could make GB's team either.
In the off-season.
I think Trinity could put on a pair of goddamn grips and go be Team USA fourth person on bars and score better.
I doubt it.
I think Olivia's best chance at making a team would be at Team Mexico. I think that's her level of where she's at as a chick.
I'm leaving. Get in the car. Get in the car. Nos vamos.
What do y'all think about Reagan Smith becoming an assistant coach?
You brought that up earlier, and we kind of glazed over that. You brought that up earlier, and I think, you know what? It's the reverse KJ Kindler. That's where KJ Kindler learned how to become a coach. So I think it's a good move for her in the long term.
KJ.
Do you think it's gag that OU was like, no, be an assistant coach for us? You're Reagan Smith. But they were like, we're good.
No one is taking over OU until KJ and company retire.
Does KJ still have roots at Ohio State?
I'm sure they're friendly.
Because it's like she's an assistant, and then they have.
And it's Ashley Claire Kearney, and not Ashley Claire Kearney. It's Ashley
Miles, who's in her
yeah,
third year. So it's just a lot of new shit going on over there. So
Ashley Miles she's gonna make her into a great coach.
Ashley Miles.
She's gonna.
We love you, Ashley. I hope you're a fan of the show.
And she will not take that Republican business either.
Big fans.
She'd be like, Reagan, get that shit out of here. No MAGA flags.
We need to try to get her on and talk about all the new things happening with her program. Because I want the best for her. I'm just not sold about that's Iowa State and that there. I wish she would have went to Cal. She could have came to Cal.
That would have been good for Cal, yeah. She needs the backing of a program.
But Ashley's husband is somebody big in the auto industry, isn't he?
Is he really?
Yeah, Ashley's husband. That's how she met him somewhere.
Very coin.
Yeah, he does something with cars.
Like a tech job?
Huh?
Didn't she have a job in tech?
I don't know. I know she's fabulous. I don't know her LinkedIn.
I'm about to look it up.
Reagan graduated college and dipped. She hasn't even posted in any social media. She's probably off listening to Morgan Wallen or something.
Oh, while we're speaking of them damn transphobes over there at OU, what the fuck is all of y'all damn gymnasts at OU supporting this damn crazy lady for? Like, all of y'all?
I missed it. What happened?
I mean, it's like, well, it's not all of y'all. It's like 80% of the fucking team. Like,
your national champion in the all around, which I told y'all she's been a racist. Transphobic cunt for the longest time. Jordan Bowers.
I mean, we knew Jordan Bowers didn't like the girls. I'm glad at Faith Torres.
What happened? I missed something.
They liked Riley Gaines' post and Riley Gaines' response to Simone.
And followed Riley Gaines.
Michaela and I compared lists of who followed Riley Gaines.
Well, please enlighten me. What did Riley Gaines do? What is she saying that is so transphobic?
Her entire existence. She got silver at nationals and then lost was in 5th place, tied with Miss Leah Thomas.
Okay, wait, you're going too fast. Going too far, Oscar. I'm so sorry, Oscar. I'm so used to saying you're going too far, Oscar. It's Addis. Addis, you're going too far. Riley Gaines was an NCAA level swimmer. She swam in a race with a trans lady named Leah something. Yes. They tied for 5th place. So she decided to platform her whole career after having to swim with this trans person and made this whole Republican, I hate trans people, very so similar to Jennifer Sack. But Riley decided to marry a foreigner, somebody from the UK, who now ICE is trying to knock at their door at any moment in time, trying to deport his ass. So I just personally feel she's using this trans shit to get on Trump's good side so they won't deport her husband.
I think Danica Patrick, the race driver, who used to compete against the men, I think she is backing up this Riley person as well.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think
it's and being trans, we're going to always have a lot of, even me and Michaela might not always agree on everything. You can be two things can be the same thing. You can have dual thinking roles or whatever. You can be a transphobe, but you can also, want the rights of women as well, too. And you have to think about it. That's like, okay, I'm in a sport and I'm going against a trans person. I don't think, that's kind of like the bathroom thing. Some people just, aren't ready for that.
But the thing is, we have to take in mind that, trans people are 6.6% of the population, right? And then out of the 500,000 athletes in the NCAA, less than 10 are trans. So in order for any athlete to get to that level, even high school level sports, they have to have a community, they have to have support, they have to have an entire backing system and a family that supports them to even make it that far. Some of them don't have any of that. So it's like, there's just, to say that this is a problem, it's not, because so many kids don't even make it out of high school alive.
I understand that, y'all, and we all can have our own opinions, but you got to also we got to not be delusional as well.
Oh, of course.
If we're used to male sports and female sports, and when you have something different or other, you can't just add them to it, though. You really have to make another league or do something. You know what? Or have co-ed stuff. Yep.
And see, and this is where I'm definitely going to double down on the transphobia, is because there is a other league in gymnastics. When you see a boy on balance beam, when you see a boy doing uneven bars, when you see a boy doing a routine to music, in 2025, 9 times out of 10, he is training, or if she's a trans person, they are training for the NAIGC league, right? It is our very own league that everybody always is like, why don't they just create their... Well, we have one, bitch. So now that we have one, don't complain when you see boys doing bars. Don't complain when you see a boy doing balance beam, because you asked us to create our own league. We created one. It's an active league where people are actually doing competitions and stuff. So
10.
Do you
now that we have it,
not to cut you off, Michaela, with the whole swimming thing, do you think it's because the trans girl is clockable that it's a problem? What if it was someone who was passable or who had been, gender confirming care since before puberty, who you really can't tell? The trans girl looked like she just started taking hormones maybe like 3 years ago. So you have to think that any of these women, were any of these people in this competition asked, were they okay with this,
Well, and to your point, national champion in that race, Taylor Ruck, who is also a bronze medal Olympian and the actual national champion and Canadian queen, has not said shit about it because she had no problem with it. She beat the bitches. And she hasn't said anything. She hasn't spoke out, but 5th place, Miss Riley Gaines wants to talk? Not when a one is in the room. No, ma'am.
Miss Riley may just be a sore loser on top of being a transphobic.
Exactly. That's the point.
She might be all
the only reason why Riley has been platformed to this position is because she tied with that girl in a loss, right? So you can't say that the girl beat you. So
yeah,
you tied.
You can't say you beat her.
You can't say you beat her.
Still wouldn't have been on the podium if she
exactly
wasn't in the meet.
You can't even get into the club.
So because
you still wouldn't have been top.
Correct. So because nothing,
I'm just looking at it in both ways, and what someone who we have to have these conversations, y'all, even if you're a part of the community or not, and. It was stupid on Simone to say certain stuff because you have to mean what you say, and people get on these type boards and start.
Right. I get it. I agree. Yes, Diva. Say her name. Okay.
I know somebody was damn sure trying to call her as soon as she started making her point. I knew somebody was trying to start. I get what she's saying.
It wasn't me.
I do. I do 100% understand what point Shayna is making, and I'm so glad she made that point because Are you back, Shayna?
Beautiful.
I made a mistake and my computer just did the most. I'm just thinking growing up, I played sports before I even transitioned. So I have to think about the time, the sweat, the energy that my parents put in for me to do this sport. And now I get to a level, regardless if I'm going to win or come in last place, and you have a other or someone different I'm competing against. People are going to feel some kind of way.
I mean, they could just be better.
And is it fair? But is it fair though?
I get that, but it would be one thing if the girl was out here dogging it would be one thing if the girl was out here like
mollywopping,
running laps against the other girl. But she lost just like the other girl lost. Like y'all both lost.
Yeah.
Like
it needs to be, but it needs to be a co-ed meet. It needs to be a co-ed competition, Michaela, not a females competition. That's all I'm saying. It cannot be a woman's swim event and everyone is not a female in that competition. So that's where the problem comes in because
I agree with that. Like, even though I'm defending Leah right now because of Riley, I don't feel like it's a case by case, individual by individual basis, right? And whatever we can, and like I said before, like there is a conversation to be had that this conversation can be had. It can be had respectfully, but when fish want to start throwing shots in this conversation, I'm gonna retaliate with shots being thrown too, bitch. And
fuck
your uterus, fuck all that shit.
And I think that the real
Like-
decision that has to be had is like, okay, so like Imani Khalif, the boxer from the Olympics, the young lady. So she was just banned from boxing because of regulations that changed. And then you look even further, and you have what is the young lady that was a runner? Caster Semenya. Like these are all like it is a case by case basis, and that's why you have like in some sports or Olympic level, you have hormone level testing. Like that is an avenue that is probably the proper way to go about it. But at the same time, it's like Michaela said, it's a case by case basis. It's very subjective.
And Johnny, if you said if she would have came in last, they would have never cared. I don't believe that because she didn't come in last. She came in fifth, so she didn't even win. Imagine had that trans girl had won. It would be even more of an outrage.
Yeah. Which is why we're saying like this is a nothing burger. It's just Riley trying to get a green card for her husband. Period. And full stop. And J.K. Rowling trying to destroy.
Supporting it. And I don't support people that don't support me either, but I also look at, people are human and people are going to have their opinions that might not always,
Of course.
But I'm just thinking, I'm just looking at it from
female. You know what? We went all around the world and we never told you what happened. I'm so sorry. So this is what happened. What happened is, I guess it was this intersex person who competed in a softball tournament with their high school's women's team, right? Now, they're intersex, not transgender, so let's make that separation, right? For those who don't understand what intersex is versus transgender.
That's not a gender, intersex, that's a sex. That's totally different.
Intersex, we used to call those people hermaphrodites or whatever, right? Yeah. Now, hermaphrodite is not an offensive terminology, so we say intersex, right? So that could be a person who could have been born with both genitalia. That could be a person who was born with 3 chromosomes instead of 2. That could be a person who their hormone levels fluctuate so dramatically, like there's a physical change in their presentation, like months at a time. Like 1 month they can completely present as a male, and then their hormones just change out of the blue, and then they start presenting as female, and it's just nothing they can do about it, right? So this person is intersex Thank you. This child was intersex and was on their women's baseball team or softball team, right? So that's when Riley had the issue and was like, look at this man on this damn girls softball team and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's when Simone went off on her about being a bully to the kid. And
about a child. Okay.
Called her a bleached, blonde, bad-built, butch-bodied bitch.
And that just shows you how society has its way of doing things, because it's always been in the news about women playing in men's sports. How such a, oh my God, it's so great. And it's just
she's playing football with the guys.
Danica Patrick comes to mind, racing against the men and the female.
They literally are fighting for women to get football scholarships to be kickers and stuff like that.
But no one talks about like the pastors that are raping these kids. No one talks about, the coaches that are, doing the same thing.
I broke it down the last episode. I feel like I need to break it down again. If y'all can name to me one trans coach or one gay coach that has been accused of SA-ing the girls, throwing things at the girls, cutting braids out of the girls' hair, telling the girls not to eat, stopping the girls from getting their periods so they can stop puberty. What else? Kidnapping the girls from their parents, helping hide injuries, when they hear the girls talk about the SA that's going on, instead of going to the authorities, they go to see Penny. Like, when you can name one gay person or trans person who has these allegations against them, we can have these conversations. Yeah, break it down to you one step further. Same things. Name to me one black person who have any of those allegations against them. You can't do it. But you know who have those allegations? Cisgender, white men and women. Those are the predators in the sport of gymnastics. Yeah. The straight whites, men and women. Those are the people that prey against the gymnasts, not the gay people, not the black people. It's the cisgender, white men and women. So when you act like trans women are afraid to be in sports because trans women don't take your coochie, because that's the platform that Riley is on. It's not even about sports. It's about we're predators and we're the same as Larry Nassar and this, that, and the third.
I think they
now, when that's the platform,
one case of a trans woman being in jail impregnating the women, that's a case by case thing.
I don't even think that was a real.
That's not a.
And I don't even think that was a real trans person. I think that was just a man saying that they were trans just to have access to the women.
And you have to think of just the history, y'all, of you know so many stories, Me Too stories. A lot of these people are pedophile, rapists, or y'all uncles and y'all cousins and y'all brothers. If you take it out of the gymnastics aspect of it, it's the cis hetero powerful men in the families. You know, even in the black community, the first person who touched you probably was a drunk uncle or a babysitter who was an older cousin or something. It wasn't the gay
or a pastor or
you know. In my family, my grandmother's first 2 children were from rape. You have to think about our history, and then y'all worried about trans people and going to the damn bathroom. You would hope for one of the girls to be in the bathroom if a motherfucker come in there, because we're gonna fight a motherfucker in the bathroom.
Or you better hope the girls I hope y'all don't think that, you know, the girls just won't just start going to the men's bathroom, baby. Because you think it's an issue now, baby. Your husband's just gonna be in the bathrooms for 2 or 3 hours at a time, Major. You just gonna be like, what's going on?
Go to them local gyms and see what be going on. So it's crazy. But I just always
go to your local adult videos. Hell, go to your local adult video store and spend them $10 and go into that back arcade and figure out what's going on.
Don't do it. And instead, go to HBCU Gymnastics. No, HBCU Gymnastics Alliance.com or .org or HBCU Gymnastics.com to sign the so there's a now petition, and it is to attempt to save gymnastics.
I think we got one more topic from Michaela and Attic. I'm getting sleepy, y'all, and we're getting almost to the 3-hour mark. And I do remember, Michaela, you want to talk about something else.
HBCUgymnastics.com.
Everything else. Oh, let me see what your list said.
HBCUgymnastics.com. Or
we previewed the Asian Games with the Pan Am Games. Oh, talking about addicts and WLG.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk about that. So you guys, I done kind of put myself in a little predicament right here that I got to straighten out, because I don't want nobody's feelings to be hurt, because, you know, me and Oscar and Shayna and Ezra and Nisha and John Perry have, for the last year and a half to 2 years, really, especially me and Oscar for the last 2 years, have really worked on this podcast after me and Addis broke up. But see, now me and Addis is cool again, and we want to start We Love Gymnastics again, and we are starting We Love Gymnastics again. So I just don't want, what it's going to be is, we're going to have to find a time to do Love Gymnastics podcast once a week. Because me and Addis will just call each other and be like, hey, I'm bored, let's do a show. And that's just never going to be no issue with Addis.
And see, right? I can't be like that. So it has to be kind of planned for me. So that's why I like the Mondays or the Tuesdays.
And so that's what it's going to be like. So for the Love Gymnastics podcast, look for those on Mondays and Tuesdays. I just got to focus my energy. And it's good because on Love Gymnastics, it's a little bit more. I have to do research for the things we talk about it. Like with me and Addicts, one of the things that I feel like we used to get in trouble because we just used to spur off the top of our heads. Oh, God, yeah.
We were not an educational podcast.
But y'all were entertaining.
Entertainment.
That's how I found y'all. So
yeah, we're not an educational.
Very entertaining. I'm not going to say that's going to change too much. We're just not going to keep getting in trouble every week about stupid shit that. I'm pretty sure Addie's going to get a phone call about why don't y'all talk about what y'all talk about on the show?
No, that's fine. I'm giving you so much clavicle today.
But yeah, I think, it's good for when we do the Love Finesse podcast because we get the recap, like we get a chance to watch everything and talk about it. So we can have those long form shows where like, I just ain't finna be here for no 3 and 4 hours every day, baby. I got an hour and a half to 2 hours with Addicts at a max.
Likewise, like we it just unless it's like worlds or qualifying or like we have to be there. Girl, we're hungry. Girl, we have to.
But you do a lot though, Addict. So I can see why. See, my attention span is not that high. So it'd be like, all the podcasts you have and then the streaming of the meets and all that, baby. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Yeah, we be sleep.
Please.
We just say
the different hours of the different hours of the night. So we do appreciate you,
I just wish like there was like someone that could like train to do what I do, or like have an intern or like I don't know what's it called, a foster kid that could like teach all this too. Because what happens if like I end up deported? You know what I mean? I mean I can deport from I can stream from Mexico, I guess, but like if I get deported by the Trump administration because I'm Mexican.
I think you're not illegal.
I'm not, but they don't care. I'm very outspoken about Trumpito. And my parents want to go to Mexico. What if they don't let me back in? Because we want to go on vacation to Mexico. Like, what if they don't let me back in after that? It's very possible. It's very possible.
Well, we just have to figure it out.
Oh, thanks. Y'all wouldn't like rise up like an army for me?
We ain't going to Mexico finding you, Addicts. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't expect you to do that either, Queen.
I can't go to Mexico. They might try to keep me down there.
Well, you might like it down there. It's beautiful. Certain parts.
I've been to Puerto Vallarta. But yeah.
What did you say? Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah, there.
Come on now, Puerto Vallarta.
Very pretty.
She's been to all the tourist places.
Come on, Puerto Vallarta.
But I'm so sorry to interrupt everybody. My ultimate goal, I have it in my head now. I've never had it before, but I want to create. I watched T.S. Madison and I watched Craig and their show Fat Talk, and I watched this other gentleman named Funky Geneva and his show, right? And what they do is they go on tour around the country, and bring their show to different. I really think I want to do that for gymnastics, like especially during NCAA season. Maybe not. And you just go to the cities, like if there's a big meet, like let's say there's a Georgia LSU meet, or not Georgia,
and Oklahoma, because now Oklahoma's in the
SEC,
the conference now, so it's going to be.
Yeah, and Utah got to be in the SEC in a couple of years too. So I mean, like,
Big Ten.
Yeah, like you just find
conference. What it looks like.
Yeah, but my ultimate goal is to find like different events throughout the year, maybe nationals, maybe whatever, and just throw like a little big ass party. And we just like all of us, all 133 people watching. We sit up there, we watch gymnastics, we smoke, we drink, we kiki. No kids are allowed. Sorry, Nisha. No kids are gonna have to stay home with their daddy that day because baby, we better turn the fuck up. We better turn the fuck up. We better have fun. You better watch gymnastics. We better talk shit. Nobody's going to get mad because their favorites get shit and all today.
I'm sitting.
And I think
I'm sitting in our same seats that we had that one year, Michaela. That's where you find me. But then I'll go out to the after party afterwards. Yes.
Period. Because I feel like one of the biggest things with gymnastics, one of the biggest things even compared to other sports, it's so kid focused that it's only so far you can grow gymnastics as long as they focus on the kids, right? And I'm not saying that not to focus on the kids, because you have to focus on the kids to get the next generation of gymnasts, but you can also have fun. Like the Super Bowl, they focus on the kids, but they also have fun. Like, and for these gymnastics events like national championships, NCAA national championships, world championships, whenever they happen in America again, you know, it could be fun.
Was I talking to Nisha about that? Not gonna say no names because I have done stuff in the past with people towards LSU, but we were talking about Jay Clark doing a radio. Somebody was asking him questions and they was talking about him drinking afterwards or going to get drunk. I feel like just because it's geared towards children, it's always just like if you go to a baby shower. Yes, we're here for the people with the baby, but all the grown-ups is either high or drunk. You know.
Oh, I get drunk at nationals. Ask Michaela.
So you know, you're still supposed to, you know, do adult things as well. You know.
Actually,
it just doesn't feel like gymnastics facilitates that, Shayna. It just is.
It feels like taboo drinking out of gymnastics to me. No lie. I'm like, oh, have a cocktail. Can I get this naughty?
If it's alcohol involved, I will drink it. It doesn't matter where.
Well, okay, so I
think I won't drink it at church, but anywhere else, if it's available, it's getting drunk.
One of the nights that we were there, I walked past Bridgestone with like 5 beers in my hand because I was going back to my seat. I almost tripped and like it almost fell in front of me, but I didn't because you won't catch me slipping. And Bridget and I just looked at each other. We're like, good catch. I was like, I know. Yeah, but I will drink. I will drink a lot at a meet. Yes, please. I love and what of it? I want to be like a football fan, belligerent. This past year, this past nationals, at the end because of what's her name, Audrey Davis' score was like 995, 995. Oh, I was belligerent. I had to remove myself, and I did. I was like, it's time to go before I get in a fight with the judge.
It's just. If you ever go to a gymnastics event in person, you will understand the feeling that I'm talking about. Like, it's hard to describe. I think Oscar, I talked to Oscar about it. He understands. I know Addis knows what I'm talking about.
It's a vibe, man.
Like, it's just the vibe is so.
I went to the purple and gold meet for LSU this year. It wasn't at the PMAC. It was downtown. They served alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you?
I drank it, and one of my good girl best friends came with her son, and we was drinking.
Period.
And her son, he was right there on side of us.
Period.
But I understand, you know, with the children, there's so many children around. But at the end of the day, like you still gotta.
But like even like I don't know, it's not halftime, but like in between the different rotations when they're doing the little games or whatever, even that feels so
heavy. I mean, that's what they're there for. They're entertaining the kids.
They have to do that though, because
they have to.
You have the kids and the families there. Like who else are they supposed to cater to? A bunch of.
You know, it'd be great if you could order drinks from your seats. If you could order drinks from your seats, oh my god, fantastic! Give me more.
But this is the thing. Like, okay, this is gonna be real.
Steps. You hated those steps. Remember, you hated those steps. I hated those steps. Fuck those steps. Bring it to my seat. Sorry.
Oh my god, yeah. But the thing is, the kids make it like the kids.
Is it bad if I say fuck them kids?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Fuck them kids. Like, I mean,
they're gonna be there regardless.
They're gonna be there, but you look at it.
I would rather it be a kid section and an adult section, right? So y'all families can go over there and play and you spend all this money to bring this little girl here. She's not even
maybe
paying
semis,
this shit.
Maybe semis for kids, and then the final is just for over 18. No, like over 16. Okay, fine, over 10.
Because I would want like because there is like a little intermission in between the two rotations at NCAA nationals.
Corey like runs around.
Like bring up performance.
Yeah.
Like, bring Beyonce out. I mean, Beyonce is too big of a name, but hell, bring Michelle Williams out. Bring somebody out. Bring
White one or black one?
black one.
When
The white
Jesus
one's
said-
dead.
She's not.
Yes, she is.
She
No,
just
is
did
she?
an actors roundtable. You think about Heath Ledger.
Oh, Heath is dead. Heath Ledger. Okay,
When
okay,
Jesus
yeah.
said,
Her baby
yes,
daddy dead.
nobody can say no. Please, that's a bop. That's a bop. You know what it is. When Jesus said,
I'm sorry, sis, to tell you that has never happened in your lifetime.
no. But if it was at the Cowboy Stadium,
I know.
That's why men's gymnastics is not popular, because you don't have the kids following it. You have 20,
I don't think that's why
you have
Miss
20 people
Gymnastics
in the stands at a men's college meet. You know,
they just don't do the road work anymore. No one wants to work like Suzanne.
But I will say that
Men's gymnastics as a whole in America is just boring. But when I watch men's gymnastics like in Japan or China, like it's so good. Like it's just
because that's their culture. Our culture is
Yeah.
dominated by basketball and football, Michaela. You know,
All sports, all of them.
But the men's finals this year was better than the women's finals. I can't say
It was
the men
wonderful.
Very
It was
exciting.
electric.
Yes, I
It was
was excited to be
electric.
there in person. That was yes.
Me too. At the Chrysler, Mary Chrysler, right? It was in the Chrysler
on podium.
on podium, Michaela.
On podium.
Imagine that.
they should add a mixed pairs event
I
to the
agree.
NCAA.
I agree. To get them ready for the Olympics, that'll be your your little thing. I agree.
They
They should add
they
a
need to make the gymnastics like a world event, a qualification for the men,
Yeah.
qualification for the women.
They
Yeah.
should do just a whole tournament, like
Not
the
all
whole like
around. I
regionals
ain't
and
that
whatever.
worried about, but event finals need to come back as well. I like
I feel
event
like-
finals being separated.
The regionals should be like that week of, and then you can beat the national championship on the weekend. And it should be like both at the same place, and then you do the mixed team, and then you do your event finals.
I like the regionals being spread out.
I don't bring it to a neutral. That's why you get Salt Lake City.
I miss when nationals were at a university. I still do. Imagine nationals at LSU. Or
Imagine
Utah,
that
even though
bias.
you know, very pro whoever that team was, but they were so more exciting when they used to be at Utah and Georgia and Alabama and the home
But those aren't
team
neutral
was,
sites.
yeah, the neutral sites are kind of, especially the same neutral site. Like,
Move it
I
to the
don't wanna
Dallas
go to
Cowboy
Dallas
Stadium.
Fort- I'm sorry, I don't want to go to Dallas Fort Worth every year.
But it's so close to
sorry.
me. This is very like selfish of me.
I'm
This is
sorry.
very close to me. It's very
Come
convenient
on,
for me.
come bring it to Florida, baby, so I can go
Oh,
on the beach while I'm
no.
out there or something. Like,
I'm a
what am I
sweaty
gonna
heifer
do
in
in
Fort
Dallas?
Worth. I can only imagine in Florida.
Don't bring it to Arkansas.
I mean, around the time of the year that they do nationals, it's not that hot. It depends.
It just depends.
So let's bring it to Lubbock, Texas. I agree. That's right next door to me. Yes, absolutely. I
Switch
agree.
it up.
Yeah.
Let's go to Houston. It's a lot to do in
Oh
Houston.
no, the humidity.
Take it out of Texas.
The humidity is bad where you at too, Alex.
No, it's not. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. I live in Plainview. It's a Plainview.
Okay. Oh, you in Plainview? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Beautiful.
suburb of. It's so much
A
around.
suburb.
You're not in a suburb? Or you in a
Honey,
rural
I'm up
area?
by Amarillo and Lubbock.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, not Plano, Plainview.
Oh, see, I know
Suburb.
Plain
He's up there by
I am
Oklahoma.
closer to KJ
you
Killer
run
than
a
I am
lot
to
of-
Mumbaus.
You around a lot of woods.
No. It's a plain view.
There ain't no woods in Texas. Well, his part of Texas. He's around a bunch of
Plains.
wind turbines
Yes.
and desert.
Okay, no, farmland. Cotton.
Farmland.
Corn.
Y'all grow cotton in
We're the, biggest
Texas?
we're the third biggest exporter
Country.
of cotton in the entire world.
When I said woods, I want to say country.
Country. There's a lot of that here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they grew cotton in Texas. I thought that was a
We're the
Georgia
third largest
thing.
exporters.
Nietzsche in the middle of
Worldwide.
nowhere too.
That's why they'll never make marijuana legal here because they would destroy the cotton industry.
Oh,
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
cotton.
A ton.
Nietzsche in the middle of nowhere as
It
well.
used to be a cotton field behind my aunt's house in Georgia, and I went back there one year as curiosity, and I picked one piece of cotton and poked the fuck out of my finger, and I'm just like, the slaves used to have to do this shit all the time. Like, fuck that. Like, in that day,
We only speaking from our experience.
we
always say, baby, they would
I
have
would have
killed
been
me.
the fastest dead slave that they ever had, because they ain't no way.
What?
I would have been the fastest dead slave they ever had, because ain't no way. Like, either they were gonna I was gonna kill myself, but they was gonna kill me because they were like, do this, Michaela, and I would just be like, no.
I probably would have been like the master's like little side boy.
I hope I wouldn't, but maybe because
Hey, I gotta get by. Here's your one chance fancy.
you gotta
Here's
get
your one
by.
chance
And
fancy.
hell,
Don't let me down.
if we all slaves
This is the
anyways,
system.
why can't I be the slave inside the house? Like, why do I gotta be the slave and be hot? Like,
So I'm gonna have to, like, you know, give a little mouth hug here and there. It's okay.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, but back then, they didn't really bathe much. Like, no one did. Like, that was smellykins, smellyana. Can't do it.
they were just so quick to just take stuff from people back then.
Well,
like,
that's why they
people used
they
to-
try to kill the witches so they can steal their land.
but
The
like,
land would go to the accuser.
I mean, like sexually assaulting
Oh, well.
people. Like, people was just really forcing themselves on people, and I'm just
Pillaging.
like, but people never used to bathe back then, or like there was no shower. It was like just work, like
Skunking, bunch of skunking. Yeah. Very nice.
all the men would go to these foreign
Ben
lands. And be like, "We're
Franklin,
cutting
Ben
the
Franklin
Indian."
was famous for doing that. Having orgies. Like, go ahead, Ben Franklin, but you know, whatever. That was lovely. Little history lesson.
I know, and now my weird mind is like, as a slave, what would be the worst type of slave to
Wow. Ancestral trauma.
be? It would have to be the ones that have to pick the field, and then master would come from the big house and still want to hunch on y'all at night. Like, that would have to be the
Oh,
worst.
if
Like,
I'm benefiting from it? No, God, no. Yeah, no. I got to be in the house with air conditioning or something. Or against the fans.
and I still got to do stuff with you, and I got to sit up here. Like, no. Like,
Let me
oh.
make your meals. Let me do something. Let me ride a horse. I'll take care of the farm animals. Something.
I think the worst type of slave would be the type of slave that who was owned by somebody and they didn't even realize they was a slave because they think they had it good.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, they just thought it was part of the family.
Like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, like they didn't realize, like, because he was nice or didn't beat them or stuff, like they never realized that they were slaves. So like the shit that happened in Texas when they finally freed the slaves didn't even know they was free because, you know, the slave owners just stopped being mean to them and like, okay, keep doing work, just not gonna beat y'all, but we're not gonna tear y'all free.
Like, emancipation was never about like they wanted to free the slaves because it benefited them. They want to be equal opportunists. They wanted to cripple the South economically.
Correct.
It was never about like, oh, set these people free. Hell no. It was the one way to get the South to lose the war, and it worked. So, yeah.
So you guys, we've been on here
Almost
for a
3
long
hours.
time, and now I'll repeat here on YouTube. Do anybody have any final words?
I guess come watch us tomorrow at 8 p.m. and then the following day at 9 a.m.
Dope. Are you looking for most to Asians or Pan Am?
Probably Pan Am's because it's I'm more invested in what is going to happen with our delegation. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with that. Then in terms of quality, in terms of gymnastics, probably Asian Championships. Yeah.
Okay. Oscar, are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
He's just been listening.
How can the people find you, and which are you most looking forward to, Pan Am or Asians?
I'm pretty excited to see the Americans. And I'm excited for China, Japan. So both. I can't pick.
There. Shayna, Nisha, are y'all there still?
It all depends on the coverage.
Oh yeah, that's a good answer because for the men, Asian championships, y'all really suck.
Until event finals.
Like sucks real bad. So hopefully y'all step it up for the women.
I'm looking forward to NCAA gymnastics. That's all. Looking forward to the most. No,
you got a few months.
Probably Asian championships. Probably the most.
Fair.
Nisha, did you see that full twisting double back Yurchenko vault?
Yeah, it scared the heck out of me too.
Well, Fadi.
Congratulations.
He won the title. Yeah, he deserved it with that crazy vault.
Shout out to her.
Out of me.
Shayna, are you still there, baby? Shayna said, "Fuck yeah, I'm going
Shayna
to sleep."
loves.
She was tired.
I know. So yeah. We have a little working plan going for the shows, and yeah, we're gonna be covering gymnastics a lot this weekend. So tune in, bitches.
Yeah, watch the space. All right, Klaus. I gotta go feed Klaus and give him water and everything. So I love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye.
We will talk to y'all later.
Michaela.
Bye.
Wait, give like one recommendation. Like, what should the people go watch? One gymnastics competition.
An old school one.
If there was one
old school one, Michaela.
Oh, old school meet?
Sure. It can be anything.
I think you all should go back and rewatch the 1994 Goodwill Games. I really enjoy that meet. It's one of my favorites.
Every
we watched
day.
it together before, though. Remember, we watched it together. Remember?
I feel like
we've seen that one.
Is there a final you're thinking of?
Team finals?
Okay, great. Thank you. Bye, you guys. Take care.
Bye. See you all. Bye.